another episode of Misadventures, Notable Nobodies here at Euro Twin Games. When we last left everyone, after spending some time in the city of Ginhat, if you would call it a city even, the very run-down gathering of shacks and buildings that you all now call home. After spending some time there anyways, you finally received word from one of the comers and goers of the city who had gone to inspect the bridge some bit north along the road and river, coming back to report that apparently orcs of some sort had interrupted his inspection and had gone about attempting to either destroy or take over in some manner, do something to this bridge, which is of importance, you would all know, as it in of itself is a contraption devised by a long dead mind, more recently in the last 100 or so years come to realization. However, it takes the seawater from surrounding the island continent and through its progression along the river and bridge, purifies it to very fine drinking water. So, you all headed out as soon as you heard word. I believe you were walking, leaving
Yes.
the mule and cart behind with Samuel.
I think we are probably
Jamuel.
I'm sorry.
Sam.
I said this is the name that made sound right.
Sammy's the mule.
Yeah, Sambert.
Sambert.
We are probably faster than Sambert in the car.
Yes.
At this point, yes.
Yes, you all together and the cart would be very taxing for the single mule. So, you headed off on foot. As you leave the village behind, the still waving before going back to whatever it is he does in your absence, Jamuel. You continue along. At this point, you would know that you've got essentially two paths you could take. The road that you know is just up ahead does lead directly to the bridge. However, there's also, if you wanted to, the route of the river itself, which is maybe an hour or two to the west, and then almost due north from that point along it to the bridge.
Are they both about the same length?
There may not be a whole lot of difference in time, one way or the other, give or maybe a few moments here or there, depending on what you may come across.
I mean, if that's the case, it seems appropriate that we just take the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably faster. Unless they were so they didn't have
Until
to
we
shut
can
the road.
save it.
So you head off, meeting the road just moments later, turning to the left along it, progressing through the very early midday still at this point, much of the day ahead of you still. There's little interruption. You know, progressing along here, you'll eventually start to see the farmlands that had actually been mentioned. Those of you who had ever passed by this region would have come within an hour or so of them seeing them off in the distance. Depending on season at the time, maybe their crops had been up, perhaps not. But you continue along for just over a couple of hours, making your way, just walking. Give me perception checks.
Hey, not too bad. 13.
That's a 12, so 12.
I'm focusing on not outpacing everyone.
22.
As you progress along, most of you watching around the occasional flock of birds going flying by. A very beautiful day out, the slight crisp of the coming chill, though, you know, being in the region of the continent that you are, you'll likely avoid a high majority of any severity of the coming winter months. But you, Rico, would spot just off in the distance, in a small gathering of forest that separates a section of farmland that you've been passing by now, two smaller humanoid figures rush into it, and then you see them being trailed about 20 feet beyond by what you can't tell exactly what it is, but what are clearly four-legged fairly large animals of sort chasing these.
There's some
humanoids
getting
down.
chased by something over there.
Well,
What's spawned? How far away?
should we
was
try
it?
to stop it or?
When you noticed it was maybe about somewhere between 100 and 200 feet away.
I mean, we can go see what it is. It's not that far away.
Okay.
About 200-ish feet that way.
Well, we better hurry if they're being
I can-
chased. Let's go.
Run
Yes.
really, really fast.
So you all run off in that general direction that he points. At this point, you would have already seen all of them vanish into
Yeah,
the
they're-
first thicket of
We're
brush.
in the woods.
So you're able to point out the general direction with your perception check, finding the general area that you believe they ran in, rushing back, and the rest of you following along. As you start going through there, one of you, whoever's leading the group rushing through, give me a survival check.
You guys are all following me, right?
Yeah,
Just
you're the only one that told us.
Gotta reroll that right now. Better. You said survival?
Yes.
That's a 17.
As you go through, it's fairly easy in the initial thick bit of brush to spot the broken bits of branch and twig where these humanoids seem to run through. You start to notice the multiple small multi-toed prints left behind by whatever were chasing them, not giving enough time to really give it any inspection, however, but enough to continue following along. As you do with your previous perception checks, you're the first one to be able to start to hear a heavy gnawing and growling sound up ahead through a bit of thick brush. Unable to spot anything over it, but you are able to tell that you're coming into a smaller section of clearing, maybe 20 feet wide it looks, as you continue just rushing ahead.
I do.
Yeah.
As you keep rushing, you break through the last bit of it into this very small, slightly flattened out clearing. Seeing now just another 15 or so feet ahead of you, the slumped over prone remains of some means of clothed humanoid. You can't exactly tell. You see mostly the back of its head and back at this point, but it is surrounded by a grouping of what you would recognize to be the four creatures. Not small, fairly large for what you believe them to be, and you can give me a quick nature check as you spot them before they start to turn around at your clear presence.
That is 2 now ones in a row. I'm
Nature.
gonna move this dice over to here.
21.
That one
I got
goes
it.
over there.
18.
And 11.
11.
I'm trying to figure out
two
if
of
that's a
you,
child.
Rowan and Kesta, would recognize these, while a very giant version of them. These are clearly wild badgers. As they turn back towards you, the heavy clittering and as they look back, and a few growls come out as one of them still continues to tear into the form of it, and two more begin advancing towards you. You have a moment to react.
Are those badgers?
Is that a child?
I'm gonna shoot a fireball at the one that's still jumping.
Okay.
I'm gonna run at one of them.
Alright, so you just start advancing. We're
Yeah.
gonna, as soon
Yeah.
as you shoot off
That's
your
what I was
I'm
fireball.
gonna cast sleep
I don't have things
in
I
that
can do.
in whatever area is away from us, but like
Okay.
I
send
got a
it on
19.
At the one biting it, that's going to hit.
He's a 2 fire
Okay.
damage. Come on, D10s.
And then you just quickly finish a casting of sleep in the general direction, trying to get. You'd be able to get any two of them. You could get the two that are advancing on you, or the two that are right next to and still eating the.
Let's get the ones that are still eating the person. I'm gonna go with 13, 17, 20, 26.
It's not making any noise while it's being. It seems like it's
But he
not.
was not dead.
As-
Low HP.
The one is still gnawing on it. One turns towards the group of you, not advancing as the other two start to advance towards you. You shoot off your firebolt, slamming into the one that was still gnawing. It rears up, growling out just as you finish casting your sleep. The cloud bursts from behind them, catching the two nearest the prone form. And you watch as the one hit by the firebolt, still reacting from it, suddenly goes from growling to very foggy-eyed, and then just slumps over on top of the form, while the other one still just seems to shake it off and growl more, as we'll roll initiative.
Come on, be a better number. That's not a better
I
number.
was rolling so well.
One's asleep.
Until
We're rolling initiative. One of the gnawing ones.
One got hit with firebolt. I'm rolling terribly.
That's not bad. Not bad for me.
And as you guys roll initiative, we'll switch to battle loading and I'll get that out.
We're fighting cats.
As
They're better.
you rush forward, as Rico, you would have watched Rowan smashing a firebolt into the one that was still gnawing on the prone form, just as Kesta released a cloud of sleep magic that knocked that one asleep.
Meow.
As
That's all I do.
Katia started just rushing forward and you prepared your weapons and shield.
And then I had to pull my shield out of the brush.
Any 20 or higher.
You are asking the wrong spectrum.
Okay.
Go like
Okay.
2 lower.
15 to 19. Okay.
Like, did you get the highest, Kesta?
Yes.
Might have.
Yes.
What'd you get?
Yes, you did.
We'll find out.
Oh,
10, 11, or something
Yeah.
like that. Which is
10 to 14.
11.
Yep.
proud of you.
Hooray!
It was a good sleep.
5 to 9.
8. Yes, sorry. I was blanking out on how to say the number for some reason.
I got a 6.
Okay. Dice. I'm gonna need you to really show up. Just a little bit.
Rico.
That one.
You're not even going this combat.
Rico's like, I led you here. Deal with yourself. And walks away.
Alright, so that's the prone figure then.
Yeah, I realized I didn't actually have any figures that kind of looked exactly like it, so that's what you get.
Okay.
You're ruining my immersion.
I mean, it's not far off.
You're fine.
It was still being ripped into when you guys rushed in, so.
Oh, fantastic.
Uh,
We're playing it was golf, right? Golf initiative. Lowest goes first.
There we go.
Sounds
That's how it
good.
should be.
At least for this group.
Can you imagine running a D&D campaign where you flipped all dice rolls?
That's what I want to
I
do.
would be great.
I
No, you
wanna-
wouldn't. Your dice would start rolling that 20s.
Don't put that on me.
Cast ACHP.
Yeah, that's 10 and 20.
Dang it, I'm gonna roll low.
Katya is 16 AC, 24 HP.
Rowan?
Right now I have 13 AC and 20
I
HP.
want to do that sometime.
Rico.
Like,
1828.
like
Can I
a
cast
shade
Mage
glass
Armor?
throne from like Skyrim. Like people and things.
Get
Make them like,
my
make it somewhere.
handy dandy tool ready
Ready to
here.
figure out.
It takes more than a day to get to the bridge, right? Or is it
2.
just- It's 2
I
days.
think. Yeah.
And as you all begin advancing towards it, now that they've stopped eating the figure, you also now realize, Rico, in this moment, that you only see one. And you hear slight tearing still. But you don't see anything except this and something beyond some brush and what seems like it, as you glance over, there may be a bit of a incurve of ground there.
Those are the coolest bushes.
But as you notice that, if you would be so kind to move that one there, up it's going to rush and attack Katya.
That was totally my plan.
As it rushes up, it's going to leap at you, biting at your leg. A 16
Is exactly my AC. My plan.
for
seems to have fallen.
3 piercing. As it bites in, the teeth starting to pierce and tear into you, it rakes at you with one of its clawed arms. And that's an 18.
Alright, I don't like badgers.
And you consider using shield.
For 3 slashing. As it bites into just below your knee and then starts clawing into the side of your calf.
Enjoying this so far?
As that happens, the next one closest is going to follow suit and rush up on her.
Hello, dears.
And as it sees the badger to its left tearing into Katya's right leg, it's going to go for her left.
It's fair, I do have 2 legs.
That's a 16 with the bite again.
It's 1 leg per badger.
Alright, I really thought my badgers would not be this good.
For 5 piercing. As this one, you're slightly more distracted at the moment. It gets a better bite in at you as it goes to start clawing at your leg. But an 11 is
There we
going to
go.
miss.
I got myself back
As you
together.
manage to pull that leg back as it claws in at nothing now.
Pull it back, Trip, because it's in the mouth of another one.
And Kesta, you
Alright.
watch a bunch of blood suddenly now just
Yeah.
leaking down the side of Katya's furred legs.
And the one that didn't sleep, you said it looks like it stopped gnawing and then it's turned
Yeah.
its focus towards
Yeah,
us.
its
So-
focus is definitely on you guys.
Okay. Rico, didn't you say that there was
You
2
do not
people?
put that one prone.
This one?
That one's prone. It's sleeping.
Sleepy kitty.
Say as I run forward, as I say that, I turn towards the ones that are attacking Katya, and I'm going to send a firebolt at the one closest to me.
Okay, the one right in front of her.
Yep. Will a 15 hit?
Yep.
Thank you, Kesta.
For 7 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to quicken the spell and shoot a firebolt at that same one.
Okay.
Will a natural 20 hit?
No, actually, strange. It's weird. It's super weird.
That is incredible.
That is 14 damage.
As your first firebolt slams into it, it shrieks looking back at you just in time as your second one catches it right in the face and it shrieks again, falling back before it's just squealing and going into a bit of a curled ball and dying.
Okay. Good.
Yes!
Get out of here.
Great job, Kesta.
Get out of here.
No, you killed Rico again.
Killed Rico.
She's excited a fireball accidentally goes off. I didn't even know she could do a fireball.
And her excitement, sudden fireball. Uh-oh.
And then that's the end of my turn.
Alright. After that is the sleeping one's turn. So it's going to continue sleeping. And then Katya.
Katya's gonna try to claw this guy because we're not friends anymore.
Okay.
Will you have friends?
15?
Hit.
Okay, good. No. Well, we might have been. 6 damages. Oh, bonus action, claw him again. That is a crit!
Nice. It's Crit City today.
Wait, do those hit or not? Did we land on that?
They do. 7.
11 damages. Good die. You get this done.
Kesta thinks this Bizarro
I will move around behind it too, so that
Okay.
Rico's got a better spot for him. So.
You claw
So-
a couple of times across the face, deep wounds appearing, blood trickling down, but it continues to just follow and track you.
Dramatically stand with my back to it, as if daring it to come and
Just
get
like-
me. That is not true, by the way. I do not do that.
Alright.
Yes, thank you.
Rowan.
Kester, where are you going? There's still one.
She did good.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor, and then I'm going to chill.
Okay.
Where are you going? We're going in the same direction.
Yes, but the cat, he's
Alright.
Badger.
And then
Should be
the
fine.
badger nearest
I'm
you,
not worried about
Rowan, is going to rush up on you.
Otherwise, he'd be running up on you. And you have the AC of a small child.
He's going to try and bite at you.
That's fair.
An 18.
I can handle
Shield. What's that?
Nope.
I am now at 21.
Okay. As it bites in, you see it just about to make contact, throwing up your shield as there's a sudden arcane rake of its teeth against your magical protection. And it tries to claw in at you. And a 17, no.
Job.
And again, just raking against the arcane shield. Rico.
I will move up to the one that Katya's behind.
Okay.
I will use my bonus action to give myself Legendary Strike, so I crit on 19s and 20s. And then I will swing.
Okay.
That is a 19, so it's a crit.
Hey.
Yes.
Crit City continues.
I just get out of the way and be like, Rico here.
I'm tearing out of the woods, pull my shield back to me, and just run at it and swing as hard as I can.
So I got
For
out of
11.
his way.
As you rush in, just connecting with its hindquarters as it continues to track and follow around towards Katya, you lift the entire back end of it off the ground as you watch its back clearly snap with the sudden force, and it just fall prone, wriggling and then motionless.
Yay, teamwork!
You guys think you're still.
I will. How much movement do I have left? I should still have 15, correct?
So you went 5, 10, 15. So yeah,
So
you
15. So move me 15 feet closer to that one. And I will shout, yes. There was a second one somewhere.
Start looking around.
What?
There's a second figure.
Custom.
Humanoid
Yes.
person.
Humanoid person. Thank you, Gustin.
Okay, got it. I mean, if that's obviously like an area that's more enclosed, I'll start heading towards that direction, see if I can find. I'll just ignore the sleeping one for right now.
5. You can get 30.
Yeah.
Which like right there.
As you get there, you can already tell that there is a clear, like, bowl in the center of this area of brush and trees.
Like it dips down.
Yeah, you can't quite see all of it, but you can see enough at the far end of it to tell that it's not perfectly created, but a clear domed bit of dirt.
I'm gonna dash, just so I can at least
Bold
get to
bit of dirt.
at least where I can get to the edge of it and see if I see anything within that.
But as you get right up to it, kind of pushing through the brush, getting to the edge, stopping before you do, as there is a clear downward progression in front of you. and you quickly realize what you would have been hearing as the strange tearing. Two very small, strange-looking creatures, clearly like biting or pecking at more remains of another humanoid.
Just real quick at a glance, do I know what they are?
Give me a history or nature check.
15. History.
You would recognize these as very, very young owlbears.
Okay.
Wait, so are you in here or out here? Where are you at?
I'm in there at the edge of the bowl.
Yeah, he hasn't quite gone into the actual bowl bit, so he's kind of like standing in the bush.
I yell at them as loud as I can, "Hey! Stop what you're doing or you're gonna die." And then I immediately turn and I use the rest of my dashing speed to get back out. And then if I have the time to do it, I'll say, in here. Just as I'm running back. And then that's my turn.
Okay.
We have the baby owlbear minis. They're so cute. Well, I don't think we have that here.
Bravo.
Some things never change.
That'll
You're so
bring
good
it
at this.
to... Actually, I guess technically, now that you know what's in there, you can go ahead and put these
He
on either
does have the
side.
baby owlbear minis. They're like the cutest thing in the whole
They,
world.
like,
You know,
Yeah,
they're
they're surrounding that bit of stuff there.
savagely attacking that thing. But hey,
Maybe we can keep one and raise it.
I want to do
Do
that.
that.
I have animal handling. We should do this. Yes.
Alright, so now the
I have more sleep.
badger that is still... Wait, no, actually, that's the sleeping badger's turn, so never mind that. It continues to sleep. Katya.
Katya! Looks, she just said there's something in there attacking something, and you guys seem to have this guy handled, so Katya's gonna do cat things and run really fast. So I can go 80 feet. So that should get me in there. Aw. And then I will stop and go, oh, they're so cute.
you stop right there.
I'm gonna be up there still.
Still in the bush.
So I can, with 80 feet, can I get down? I don't know exactly what the dimensions are to get down in there with them.
How far did she move?
She
so
moved
far?
I
like
was-
60.
Right behind Rico.
You could probably get to the center of it with the last of your movement.
Okay. I will get to the center of it, and then use my action.
Are you going to be on the...
Yeah, so I'd be right there with them, essentially.
Right here?
Sure. Yeah, that looks good.
Sure.
Can I do like an animal handling to be like, it's okay, little guy.
Sure.
You're okay. It's all good here.
They're going to maul
You
you.
don't want to. No mauling. I can
If
do
their
math.
mother's
Plus
nearby.
5 is. No, plus 4. It's a 12. Right? No, it's 11. Right, he's right. Don't trust my math.
I'm pretty sure you rolled a 7.
Yeah, don't trust my math. That's stupid.
I don't trust you.
It's an 11, but I'm just trying to. It's okay, guys. Yeah, you don't wanna. You don't want. You're going to little bear. Little bear. Just
You don't want to name that corpse anymore.
don't want to attack it. Well, I meant more attacking man. Corpse is dead. Beyond caring. It's okay.
Is it that though? Do we know that?
They haven't moved.
I'm like, if it's not screaming while it's being eaten, I kind of assume it's dead.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Or at least
you've now seen both
Past
of the,
my ability to
the
help.
humanoid remains being either shredded by a badger or pecked and torn by a baby owlbear, and they have not moved or reacted.
They're very good actors.
They're taking playing dead super serious.
That's
Maybe
right.
they
have the
just, their
feet.
body went into shock and
They're getting into character very...
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it isn't over till it's
You-
over.
Today's
it's
my
okay,
roll.
guys.
You
It's
try and
okay. Yeah.
Convince them that it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, they have plenty of food. I'm not gonna pull out a ration. They seem. But
Rowan.
You don't want to attack me. I'm just a happy cat.
Kester, you are a backliner. What do you... Stop moving forward without us. And then I'm going to turn and booming blade the badger. Why am I using this dice? Eh, that's why I'm using that dice. 23
Yeah.
for 7 damage.
I feel like you took a tactics class at some point. Is
Stab
that for
into
you?
him with a
You do not
burst
have
of magical force. Anything else?
I just kind of like...
Don't put me in a box. I'm not afraid of badgers. I'm doing what I want.
I'm a little afraid of badgers
That'll
now.
bring it to the badger's turn.
That was even more.
Going to, as you stab into it, it's going to turn back towards you and lash out, biting at you, Rowan.
Good luck.
Bites in, you definitely move to the side as it clamps down on air and begins just slashing out with its claws towards you. Hey, my turn to get in on the whole natural 20.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Can you not?
I already did.
Too late.
As it turns out, no.
Turns out that Crit City is all welcoming.
Crit City, population everybody, bro.
Very
As it slashes in, as you just land, it catches the back of your calf, tearing deeply for 9 slashing.
Ow.
You know you're supposed to move your leg out of the way, right?
And Rico.
And then I will go at it with the hammer again. What's a backliner? Nat 1. That was almost a 19.
It was.
You just swiping at it. You're too distracted asking. You're just like, I wasn't paying attention.
I was almost paying really good attention.
Rico, you're supposed to hit it.
Stop asking me questions.
You'd be new to that, wouldn't you?
I've already hit it.
You've hit something for the first time in
Twice.
like 4 days, other than air.
Both of my attacks have hit. I'm 100% right now.
You know, I have to give you that. Like, you being 100% for rolls on attacks.
As you swipe in asking what a backliner is,
I swear to God, if something comes in from the back.
you suddenly hear the clear and heavy snapping of wood and brush, pulling everyone but Katya's attention to your right as you see the clear, massive frame of what you would recognize to be a full-grown owlbear come barreling into view.
Rico, behind you. A backliner.
And if you could put this pretty much in the very back corner of the woods.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Katya! Or, you. Mom's here.
Gotta go.
Kesta.
No, Mom.
Oh, well,
follows
this
us.
changes things. Okay. I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna say, Dad, stop fighting. And I'm gonna firebolt the badger for an 18
You're good.
Dad, stop.
Yeah, go ahead, Badger.
for 5 damage.
I quite like that.
How's it looking?
Beat up, but still standing.
One more quicken spell. Fireball.
Fireball.
24.
Yep.
We're done. Everybody.
5
I'm
damage.
Still alive.
Crap.
To run away.
Then I'm just gonna yell that we might want to run, and I'm gonna have you do this one. I just sat down.
How far had you gone?
10 feet.
I'm gonna go in that direction, but while still like keeping my back to where I'm going and keeping an eye on you guys. And that'll be my turn. Don't worry, I'm backlining.
I need to run
Alright.
away.
As you end your turn, Sleeping Badger continues to sleep. And Katya,
I hear all.
you hear some shouts of there's something coming.
All right. I want to just take a quick look and see if I can figure out what this thing is that they're eating.
Give me an investigation.
Ooh. 'Cause investigation moment. 21.
As you pull them over, a couple of quick, like, snappy pecks,
Right.
but they don't
You're
make
fine.
contact.
You're fine. Just
You
want to look.
flip it over, getting a clear look of the face and recognize it as a goblin.
Okay. I don't care as much. We know how much you guys are super cute. I'm going to run. And I'm going to use a key point to run very far.
As you go to run, one of them snaps at you.
I was going to disengage, I was going to dash. That makes me sad. Alright, fine. Snap away. I don't like you anymore either.
She doesn't get that much speed.
I get 80 feet.
Yeah, that was 5.
Didn't you just use your
15,
cat
20,
movement
25,
I know,
thing?
I
40,
used a
45,
key
50,
point to
55,
go
60,
dash
65, 70,
this time.
Oh, you're using
75.
your action to dash too?
Yeah.
As it
No.
bites
My speed is
into the
40,
back of
so
you
my bonus
pretty,
action- Yeah,
Oh, 'cause you're-
pretty well, getting you for 6 piercing damage as you run away.
yeah, that's fair. Alright, but we're not friends anymore.
But then it just kind of chirps
Yep.
and growls at you as you flee.
Yes, yeah, that sounds great. That's not right. 13, 26.
Oh wow, you're way over there. That's why I can't see you now. I'm just like,
So
where'd
then-
she go?
Oh, no, I wasn't gonna run away. I was gonna go
I
run
thought you
to
said you
help.
were running really far away.
Like out of here. I'm gonna go help you. I will stand right next
Oh,
to
I
you.
didn't figure you'd want to.
Bonus action dash, and then I'm gonna claw that thing. Of course I'm going to help you guys. I'm gonna run back all by myself. I
I
will.
thought you were running away too.
No, I'm coming to help. What is this? 21.
That'll hit.
No one believes in Katya.
No.
I believe in you.
6 damages.
Sometimes.
As you rush up, taking a final swiping claw attack at the badger, you tear into the side of it as it rushes up towards you, growling and snapping before falling over, bleeding out and
Do I have
dying.
movement left? Because now I will run away.
Yes, you do, actually.
We're gonna go, right?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Yeah.
Alright, well,
40,
I'm-
45, 50, 55, 60.
I think.
Yeah, I'll stand right next to her.
Okay.
Alright, guys, let's go. Let's go.
Alright.
Babies are okay. They're right over there. Go, mama.
Bring it to Rowan.
Solid. Rico, we need to need to go. Grease. Under the bear.
Dex
Grease the
save.
bear.
Yes.
Hey, natural 20s continue.
I am not a fan. Have I ever told you how much I'm not a fan?
Not
I'm not a fan.
and I've taken a note.
Alright, good. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh,
Killed Katya.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Please don't kill Katya. Katya only has 7 hit
Rush.
points left.
Away, casting grease as you do, almost shoulder tackling Katya to the ground. Rico.
I'm gonna start backing towards the group, keeping that thing in line of sight.
25, 30.
I'll go use my action to go to dodge, and I'll stay right there.
Yep, alright.
So how fast are these things?
Very.
And then I'll dodge. Get ready for this thing to come running at us.
As there's
We could all run to its babies first. We just have to run to
Maybe
it.
it'll just leave us alone.
Go check on your babies. You wanna check on your babies. That sounds like great.
How many of them could it keep?
it will have to dash, but it's going to rush up right in front of Rico.
That's fair.
Just
Right
teleports.
Oh, they can teleport too?
Is there another dex save when it tries to leave the grease?
I think it's only when it moves through it or it ends its turn there.
Yep.
Since it's only a 10 by 10 thing, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So there would have been no moving through it because it isn't.
That's what we discovered the last time we used grease. It's move through it or ends its turn.
All right. So then it just kind of rushes up on you, leaving a surrounding bit of grease behind, though also heavily matted in the magical grease.
Good. That's what I wanted. Greasy bear.
And we'll bring it to Kesta.
That sounds like a
The
sleep dish or
large,
something.
huge owl bear rushes up, snarling, snapping out.
So this wooded area we're in, this way is
The way
back
you came.
to the road.
Yeah.
And it's heavily wooded in that direction as well.
Yeah, it's pretty much even in the back the way you came would still be pretty heavily wooded once you got any further than where you'd been standing.
I say, I don't want to fight that thing. All I can do is slow it down, and then I'm going to start moving back in the direction of the road. Take me 5 diagonal, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then one more. And as I'm moving, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost at it. Hopefully,
Good.
natural 20.
Yes!
Yeah. That shall do it.
New title for this episode.
That's for 10 damage, and its speed is reduced by 10.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope, other than... Yep, I'm running. That's it.
Alright. Katia.
We can't hold movement, can we? Can we hold
Maybe.
movement?
I think I read that you can hold dash.
I can hold dash. Okay.
Yeah, because it's an
Because
action.
it's an action.
Stop spamming caps.
Oh. Alright, so then I don't want to leave Rico here by himself.
Such a bad boy.
Alright, I am going to... Yeah, okay, so if I step up and then key point, bonus action dodge, I can hold my action to run away as soon as Rico gets... when Rico runs, I'll run. Using the dash action.
Alright, so your bonus action... is
Bonus
what?
action dodging.
Okay. And then you're just gonna wait
Yeah,
until
so I
he
step-
leaves to dash
Stepped up next to Rico so that I'm
So-
distracting it as well.
right in front of...
Yeah, can you switch me forward a minute? And I'm bonus action dodging, holding my action to dash away with Rico when he dashes away.
Okay.
Still dodging.
That'll bring it to Rowan. As you see her step towards the large
go.
owl bear and just kind of take a defensive stance, looking over at Rico every so
Can
often.
I
Let's go.
owl like distract something?
Yeah.
Disadvantage on attacking people. So
Well, I'm not sure if it works that way.
I don't know how this works.
I'm not sure how.
No, help action gives advantage against
someone
the
else
next thing,
attacking
so
you.
it can't give
Alright.
disadvantage to something else.
So we're going then?
Yes, please.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure because of Ray of Frost Connect when Katya stepped up. What are we doing? We're running? Okay.
I slowed it down. I think. It's worked before, but it's pretty big. so-
I'm going to. Just gonna keep going then.
Dashing.
Yeah, I'm gonna dash off the.
Alright, you start rushing through
I'm
the
gonna look
thicker...
back and just hope for the best.
Alright. Rico.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my action to dodge and then step away.
Disengage.
Well, I'm still not gonna be able to get that far, and it's gonna come at me anyway.
Dodging.
So dodge instead, and then step away.
Alright. Are you going to...
I'm gonna move towards them, so 30
your
feet
whole
towards
30
them.
feet?
Yep.
Then you flee as well?
Yeah. I'm also dodging. Just to be clear.
As you both start rushing away, it takes a split second to look about it at the two of you before biting out at Rico.
And AC.
Nope. As it bites, it heavily snaps shut just beyond you as you rush away.
So why are we running away from this thing? As I
As I
try not to get bit by the giant beak coming at me.
I'm like
big and
bleeding
scary.
out, like my legs are all bloody. I look really torn up. Cause it's a big mama bear.
Anything else?
No.
Alright. As you start to rush away, it looks back following you, giving another loud roar before you watch just as it starts to vanish behind the brush as you run. It turns back and you see it bite down into the still sleeping form of the badger
Technically, that counts as on.
as there's a heavy crunch and then a bit of the familiar screech of the badger before nothing again.
What a terrible way to wake up.
Yeah.
That is fair. As we just like booking it out of this forest, I'm like trying to hold the wounds closed.
You're eventually able to rush. It doesn't seem to continue following. And you eventually break from the bit of wooden brush.
So should we have left that thing alive where it's at between these farms here? Like, I'm pretty sure it's our job to protect these things, right?
Maybe we come back when we're more expecting this. As I like start bandaging my leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna start bandaging up my leg as well.
I'm just gonna stand here looking fine.
Yeah.
Me
Alright.
too. I mean, now that we know that it's not following us, I mean, if we really feel like we can get
I'll
rid
be
of it,
honest. The orc thing seems more pressing. That
Yes.
bridge provides fresh water for most of the continent.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still a couple of days away. This is right here.
Well, if they're messing with the thing and it's broken or something, we need to get to fixing it quite right away.
I don't know how to fix
Bridge.
bridges.
Well, I'm actually quite interested in taking a look at it.
Do you know how to fix bridges?
No, but
I've
the faster
fixed
we
many
get there, the
things.
faster we can get back.
You're never
to get
tasked
some
with
fix.
fixing anything.
Do I know, since I apparently know about owlbears in some capacity, do I know how common they are? They are relatively, probably not like everywhere you walk, but like, are they?
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not as common as just basic bears or things like that. There's
As far as like predators go, they're fairly like wolves, maybe kind of.
they're not as common as wolves. They're certainly much more rare than your common wolf, or probably still even more rare than a dire wolf being seen around these areas. And even then, typically anyone who spent any amount of time, really, especially most, if not entirety of their lives here, would know that in sections of forest like you just ran through, it's not a lot of room for some of the larger things that you might find taking over sections of forest and the Dockenshire forest itself. But it's probably one of the alphas of this section of forest.
I am
I roll a
concerned.
second to know what I know about owlbears. I don't want to say something that the character
Roll
might
an
know.
nature check.
I don't know very much about owlbears.
I am a little concerned about why there's an owlbear here in this small of a forest, but I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean,
If they're content eating goblins, I think it's alright. There's plenty of wildlife in the forest to sustain them. They don't need to come out and attack farms or anything.
why is it okay for them to eat two goblins?
Are goblins like happy people? Like, do they live in peace with other people here, or are they like?
They're kind of more so along the lines of orcs, to where they can, like you've seen, Droop has been accepted, and people don't. Well, looking at him occasionally like he's weird. That's
Right.
mostly because he is, less so that he's a
That's fair.
goblin. So, while you don't see them everywhere and they're not common, they have made a place and occasionally appearing within civilization. Though, much like orcs, many of them are still kind of tribal and savage-esque.
Well,
I'm
they're
going to guess they would not like group.
I mean, that's still no reason to just let them die or not care about them.
well, they're dead now. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, those, but for all we know, they came from one of the nearby farms, like Rico said.
What were they?
I
Did
still
you see
think the
what they were
bridge is the more
wearing?
pressing issue.
You never took a real clear inspection of what they were wearing, but during your inspection of the one that you investigated to spot that it was in fact a goblin, it was wearing more so clothing than just tattered leathers or anything like that, but they were by no means quality.
Right. They did seem slightly more civilized than the tribalistic ones, but I mean their clothes were still pretty rough. So, I personally think that the bridge is still probably the more pressing issue because it affects way more people. But we could easily come and clear out this owlbear on the way back to town.
That's fair. We can just come back and deal with it afterwards.
I say that as I'm like I'm no condition to go fight an owlbear right now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, well, we can do that. Just as long as you guys promise me that you're not going to, whatever happens with these orcs, you're not going to judge them with the same dismissiveness as you did with the goblins.
Not dismissing the goblins as people, but these ones are dead. We can't help them.
Right.
We can come help more later.
I was just going based on what Rico's
Oh.
or Rowan
I'm
said.
like, Rico didn't say anything.
How dare you?
Right. No, I fully intend to judge those orcs on whatever it is they're doing at that bridge.
So when you get to
Just
the bridge,
rest.
do you want to try talking
No,
to
I
them
put
first?
thumbs up.
Oh, I think flexing like
Yeah,
it's
why wouldn't
rubbing
we?
off.
I mean, I guess it depends on what
Becomes
they're
a thing.
doing. If they're murdering a whole bunch of people, then
Or if
maybe
they're
they'll
breaking
ask
the
questions
bridge.
later. But you know, I'm just saying, like, we can't judge everybody based on just what we think of their.
I know that.
We're
Obviously,
going to
your
judge them on
mother's
what they're doing at the bridge.
an example of that.
I start walking off towards the direction we were
Just
going.
Stats
The
most
accurate direction.
are going to be
Yes. I mean, that way's
Unfriendly.
Ginhat. That way's the bridge. That was
Instantly.
giant angry mother owlbear. I'm not
Maybe.
going over there yet because some of my friends
I am
going
curious
towards the
why
bridge.
I'll
And
walk
the-
with him.
they
Just
would be
general
on
direction
fence
that
with
they
telling what they're
follow.
doing with the bridge. I'd like to see that first. So,
Right.
all I'm saying is let's judge the situation when we get there. Let's not dismiss people.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's what we all agree.
As I dismiss them and walk off.
Yeah. we
You
don't
are
count.
dismissed.
Oh,
You
no,
continue
I'm-
traveling. The hours pass. You leave the majority of the distant farmlands even more in the distance, losing sight of any sign of them.
I don't walk as fast anymore.
And eventually, nightfall comes, knowing that if you continue this general pace, you'll likely be arriving around the bridge midday, shortly thereafter, the next day.
We should take a rest or try to do. Want to walk through the night for any particular reason?
No.
Good. Just checking. Start like laying out stuff. Build up a little fire.
Set up a tent.
Cook dinner.
Give me a check. How
That's-
good is your stew?
How good is the stew? And we decided that was a wisdom plus proficiency, correct?
Yes.
You got this.
It's a nat 20.
Hey.
It's good stew.
Continuing even into the food that means nothing.
Should have
As
grabbed a
what
lantern.
You all
Wow.
eat, and you forget while you eat that it's just rations made into a stew. He has somehow
Quite
taken. Did you use any of your herbs?
Yep. The last of them probably. Well, no, how many uses do I have left?
I believe you had 2 or 3 uses.
3 uses. So yeah, I'll use one use.
So you seemingly using the bit of herbs and the slightly dried approach he's taken to having them over the last couple of weeks. It mixes perfectly, and the meal is amazing.
It's the best
You get good at
ration.
this.
And you all get a point of inspiration.
Hey!
Yay! Okay, now remind me what we can use that on what again?
To
Is it
change the
a
outcome of a roll.
D4?
Okay.
No, that is a
D6?
reroll.
Oh,
Yep.
snap.
Why haven't you been making this stew every night? This is
I've been-
delicious.
I've been trying. I'm still learning.
Did you put something new in it, or
No, it's actually the same stuff we've been eating on for weeks.
Well, you nailed it tonight, man. It's
Get
good.
the process down.
Now the worst part is like it's never gonna live up to this again.
Every time they're like, remember that one time?
It's like it's good, but not as good as that time
It was
after
a
we
lot
fought that
better than
owlbear.
Yeah.
we must have been dehydrated.
It was clearly the situation.
We were
not
just
your cooking
feeling
that.
really like, all right, I am going to sleep in my tent because I hurt a lot.
So
I will
what's
take
watch
like
going to be?
I'll take a watch later.
Alright, I'll take the first watch then.
I assume someone will wake me up.
Alright.
Okay, Star.
Yes.
Are you up for the watch?
Yeah.
Alright.
Can
Oh.
I take first watch?
If you'd like.
She
I
prefers.
would love to take first watch. It seems to be a lot easier for me to take the first watch instead of waking up and then, because then I get all sleepy and
You could
I
double
don't want
up.
to disappoint you,
somewhere.
Rowan.
Alright. I'm gonna have Reynold help you out. So
Okay.
he's gonna help everyone out. It's not just because
Yeah,
you're a watch. It's,
I get it, Rowan. Come here,
Yeah.
Reynold.
Do I have to take a watch?
No, if the 3 of them are taking watches, they'll have it covered.
Reynold.
I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Put
She
on
just
my
crawled into her
glove.
tent. Like,
Okay.
As
I
I
said
do.
someone will wake me up, and I crawled into my tent.
Which does like pets.
all right. Let's kind of make a spot by the fire, pull up some side, and go to sleep.
As you begin watching, do you have a fire going?
Yeah, I did.
For cooking and stuff, yeah.
Okay, yep, no, you put it on. Alright. With the fire going, giving some bit of light to the surroundings as your watch begins. Where is Renaud?
He's either like sitting next to her, just kind of like
Oh, so on ground level. Do you
yeah, and then
all-
every like 20 minutes or so, he'll like get up and like, and then just come back and chill.
Swoops.
Give me perception checks then.
Natural 20.
That was a
Didn't
Oh,
that nat
man.
one you last week?
I think so.
22.
We're really low.
Or
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
see if
sorry.
I thought it's okay.
Do another try.
As
Good content. Yeah!
not assisted at all.
Nope, I saw nothing.
As you, Kesta, wanting to prove that you can in fact keep a active watch and not fall asleep,
You fall asleep.
making up for that, you watch attentively, noticing every time that your owl companion flutters off to do a round, watching the areas that it leaves behind, hearing every chirp of a night bird, every slight bit of shifting leaf and branch to your side, and nothing ever comes within sight.
Just for my amusement, can I attempt to use whatever knowledge I may have previously to try to identify birds? You don't have to give me like specifics of what they are, but can I try to like improve my knowledge? Like, oh, that's a that bird, and that's a 12 nature.
Well,
Could be useful in the future.
you start to pinpoint different sounds, picking them out, beginning to recognize them. You're able to associate some of them with what you know, though, until your recent exploits with this group, you haven't had a whole lot of field experience with night animals, so a lot of it is familiar, though slightly off, or just completely foreign, other than you being able to recognize it as some measure of bird call.
At least I'm trying, darn it.
But you do start to recognize, though maybe not know exactly what's attached to the sounds over your bit of watch. And eventually, you can awaken whoever is next.
Alright, Rowan. It's your turn. I seem strangely wide awake.
good job, Kester. Thank you. Anything to report?
There are a lot of birds and stuff.
Birds.
Nothing really.
That's odd. It's nighttime.
I think they're birds. I'm just noticing a lot of the sounds that are kind of common and stuff, and
Oh, that's good.
I'm paying attention.
It's a good thing to start picking up on. Watch I roll a nat one on mine.
There aren't birds at night. Go, owl, go.
But I was like, why is he so
Well, not like a lot of birds. Like
not noisy?
owls have a distinctive like.
Caw, I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay up for at least like 15-20 minutes after his watch starts, just to like talk to him about the sounds and stuff, and generally be.
Yeah, I would gladly sit there.
I was like, why is he
Perception check
surprised
then.
about nocturnal birds?
That's actually a 15.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for a random?
Yep, if it's gone around again, it can give me another.
It's 14 as well.
Is you watch and listen, you're able to start picking out the same sounds that as Kesta describes them over the first few minutes, and continue to hear them, though it's not long into your watch, maybe an hour, a little over after Kesta's fallen asleep, that you don't hear the progression of the same sounds. And then other than the occasional motion you can hear in the distance, something shifting or slinking through the brush or the dirt, gravel around you. Nothing ever seems to come overtly close. You never see anything come into your field of vision. And eventually your watch comes to an end.
Got it.
Because you go to wake her up as she's actually just starting to wake up herself.
Alright, got it. Hey, Reno. Ooh, 19 or 20. 19.
19.
Alright.
15 plus 4, yeah. I can do math.
As you continue to watch and listen, and all just continuing the same pattern that, unbeknownst to you, it's been going through the entire night of every so often just fluttering around, landing again.
Mm-hmm.
You continue to watch as eventually the very early morning sun starts to come up over the horizon. Shortly thereafter, you're joined by Rico, who wakes up first.
So I'm gonna start a fire as the sun starts coming up. Like, I'm assuming our fire's kind of died
Yeah, but
at this point. I'm gonna start it back up, reheat some of that stew because it was fantastic.
and then nothing ever comes within view. The road slightly off a few dozen feet from where you set up camp to your side seems clear and open still. And eventually the rest of you begin awakening. Oh, yes. Except him. Come.
So, I had a thought.
I'm already
Start
awake.
like
Yeah.
talking
I
now.
was awake.
We should
Intelligence
alternate
set.
who gets to sleep through the night. There's 4 of us. Watches are split into 3s.
Fair.
That's because you can't see.
And she can make it so I can see.
I can.
Well, but she didn't last night, so that's why we.
No, I was.
She was
Trying to-
dying last night.
I hurt pretty bad.
I did as
I also
well.
don't think she had the key for it.
Yeah, I was out of key
Well,
points.
that's
I was out of energy.
We
Okay.
can, if we can manage it, there should be nights where I'm not the only one who gets, or I shouldn't be the only one who gets to sleep fully through a night. I feel like it should be fair that one of us is alternated as
Well,
we
as
can.
long as I have the ability at that time. Yeah, that sounds good.
I could definitely use some beauty sleep, especially on this hard ground.
I put the fire up,
Yep. I just walk away from that statement.
and then. So we ready then?
Pack up. Yep.
Yep. I'm feeling extra diplomatic today.
Good.
Let's go and get to the bridge.
You can
I
convince your brethren to leave the bridge in peace.
hope that's how it goes.
If not, I'll just smile and walk with a hammer on my back.
Start flexing my little claws.
Well, if they're a bunch of jerks, then that's their fault. They have to deal with the hammer. What do you call it again?
Hammer.
Yeah. Okay.
What? I thought you were gonna call it your magnum opus.
But it's not my magnum opus.
I don't know. You've done some good work with it.
But I
That
didn't
hasn't
make
been
it.
his best work.
It hasn't been.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
So just your opus.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, I also didn't make it. I made good work with it, but not it.
Oh. Well, that's fair. Alright. I'm assuming we're talking about this as we're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We head off.
We're heading down the road. The chilled overnight begins to go away as the day progresses. You follow along, entering into an area that both to your left and right is just open plains stretching. You would know in some facet to your left, just open plains as far to the river. To the right, other than maybe the occasional dotting of a strange bit of forest, nothing until the ocean. And after another hour and a half, 2 hours from this point of traveling, you begin to see off in the distance the river winding and the large mix of wood and stone that make up the filter bridge.
Hey, there it is. Way over there.
Yes.
Must be big.
Quite interested in that bridge.
I'm going
I like
to.
subconsciously start like outpacing them just because.
Katya. Okay.
And then I keep coming back, and then
As you continue to draw near,
How far can I look through my bird's eyes? Is that up to 100?
I believe so, yes. Can you press on? More slight detail of the bridge coming more into view as you do. And give me perception checks.
ooh,
12.
I'm really interested in this bridge. 21.
16.
7.
The two of you, Rico and Katya, what was yours?
12.
Start to make out the detail first before the rest of your group of not many from what you can tell, but a few clear forms of some means of figure standing in front of the bridge in some
There's
facet.
some people standing in front of the bridge over there.
Yeah.
Probably orcs.
Shall we go say hi then?
Kesta, would
Yeah.
you
I'll just look at Kesta as we walk up.
like to take point on this?
I mean, sure. I thought I was a backliner, though.
Well, you're the only one of us who speaks Orc.
Yeah.
I say that and immediately start walking in front.
And you are a backliner.
As we get closer, am I able to make out the forms, like if they're orcs or not?
As it takes the longest for you to come to the actual physical realization of it, the rest of them, as you progress forward, begin to notice for sure that as you get within the two of you, Rico and Katya, would be able to tell within about 100 feet or so that these are definitely orcs standing in front of the bridge. They're about 20-25 feet from the bridge. You would have to get about 60 feet away before you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they're definitely orcs.
I'm gonna cast Mage on them.
That's fine.
You know what? I'll do the same thing. Then, what are they actually doing? Are they just literally just standing there? Like,
As you've been watching as they progress, the two of you who rolled the highest perception would have seen them just kind of idly standing about, maybe the odd motion of conversation of some sort. But as you actually got close enough to actually tell what they were, they had clearly noticed you all as well, and are now approaching, just idly forward.
I'll keep my space in the front, and as I get close
just
enough,
gonna work
within
that,
maybe
yeah.
like 30 or 40 feet, I will greet them in orc, in
As
whatever a common orc like greeting is.
as you approach, they
So yeah, so
they see the lot of you more clearly. The attention does pretty much instantly go to you, being of half-orc. As you say that, there's a bit of looking back and forth, and then in Orcish they continue, the lead one. Good. That means we can use actual tongue for this. Our bridge you pay to cross.
can I ask? You just came here the other day, right?
Yes.
Why are you trying to take over the bridge? Like, what does it do for you exactly?
They take our land, we need land, we take theirs. No one here?
Okay. Do you have any plans with the bridge? Or I'm saying all is knowledge, just to be clear.
You pay us, you cross. You don't pay us, you don't cross.
Okay. Well, the thing is, this bridge is kind of important. Can you tell me a little bit more about your land that has been stolen from you? Who's stealing your land? Where are you from? The Highlands?
There's a clear reaction and a bit of... Give me an insight check.
That's an 11, so 11.
As it's not too hard to read, you being more familiar with Orcish facial expressions as well than perhaps the rest of them. There's a clear reaction of anger and maybe shame based on that anger. They push us from land, claim it tribal and unnecessary, but give nowhere else. So we take.
Oh, okay.
Now you pay or you go.
I mean, if it's all the same, I'd like to keep talking for a minute, if that's okay.
I'm bored of this.
Can't stop.
Yeah.
We have no idea what's going
What
on.
are they saying?
It
It doesn't look like it's going well.
We're working it out. They're
He looks really mad.
He's getting angrier.
I can't understand a word he's saying,
What-
but it's in a very angry tone.
What is it?
they're
more?
angry because their land has been taken and nothing's been given back to them.
As we're having this conversation, my hammer's going to slide down in my hand in a more comfortable grip in case things get dire.
Do you guys need a
It's
place
still
to
hanging
live?
down at my side, but
We do have a city with lots of space.
Yeah, I'm not promising anything, but what if we could find some land to get for you as a
Murder
Thanks, because I had nothing to do with that, and I feel for you. My mother is full orc. I'm half orc, as you might be able to tell, and I just, I don't want any orcs to be put out if they don't have to be. I mean,
Why find land? We find land.
yeah, but I mean, this bridge is important to a lot of people.
Yes.
Like, maybe we could find you your own
Our
land.
home important. They take that.
Who is they?
All of the filthy races of this continent plow into our land, whether we were involved or not.
Just 1 second. I don't feel that I'm qualified to address this diplomatic issue.
What is they're very upset that the land's been taken.
Yeah, I offered them some to that. I didn't say I promised, but I said maybe I could find some land for them to have.
Why
But
didn't
Ginhat's
you
got
say
lots of
that?
space.
I mean, because there's land everywhere. It doesn't have to be right on this bridge.
We passed a whole bunch of land on the way here that no one was using. Next to
But
the forest.
technically, it belongs. Okay.
On the other side of the road.
Like I said, I didn't promise it to
Not the
them.
farmland. The
I
other
just said I
side.
would see. But they're.
Do they speak common at all? I say that like questioningly at
that
them.
The land, like, basically all of this belongs to somebody, to like a town or like a king or somebody like that, or like.
In some facet, yes, though there's not very often a whole lot of cause for commotion if some very small cluster of village is set up far from a central location, still technically within the range of it, but they keep a close enough eye on it. It's one of the varied tasks of many of the groups that get sent out by the Watch is to, if you see a new place in your area sprout up, kind of keep an eye on it and see what's up.
Can they speak common? I like say that questioningly, looking at them a little bit.
As you say that, the front one that had been doing all the talking looks at you, a clear, angry snort and growl. Yes, we speak language.
Okay.
Common.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know Orcish, but I see no reason why they can't build houses around Ginhat. We have lots of space.
Do all of you speak Elvish?
No.
I do.
Look, I'm really not trying to anger you. I'm just trying to understand. Please get that. Why are you... If you're just trying to make people pay to cross the bridge, why is money more important than, like, some other land? I know it's not your land, but...
Foolish. Reverting back to Orcish. Foolish young one. We take coin simply for our own measures. We take the bridge because we know it's important, fool.
Yeah. Alright. How much are you charging to cross the bridge?
50 gold.
That's a lot of gold.
I'm just talking in Elvish.
We'd be happy to see what you have on you when we're finished.
It seems quite likely. I can
I'm
offer them
speaking
a
in
home.
Gnomish.
Gnomish, yeah.
I don't speak any languages that they probably wouldn't know.
So we're speaking in Gnomish.
Right. So you're not planning on destroying the bridge. You're just charging people to get across?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 6.
You, looking back beyond, you don't notice any clear damage done to it. So. Roll a persuasion check.
Also, how many of them are there?
There's 3 of them right in front.
Right.
Persuasion, that would be 16.
Any chance I can help because I was offering them a home?
They're speaking in Orc, though.
Oh, right. No. Can't help you.
I tire of looks back. Summon Flaggood. Take what they have.
Okay, this didn't work.
As
I'm
one
going
turns
backlining.
back and begins to shout as she turns to you and starts saying this, and the other one to its side pulls a weapon out and begins to step forward.
So we were just talking about this is gonna get to combat.
And we'll roll initiative.
Sick.
That sounds fantastic.
And we roll initiative, we'll switch to probability.
Be a journey of understanding.
I hope so.
We're reenacting, yo.
Do me a favor and just pull the whole map this way. How dare not this?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot about the fact that way over there is going to be a little bit harder to see the exact details of.
Now we should have flipped it so that we were on the other side.
Yeah, I was just like, I'll put it closer to them so it's easier for them to be able to do stuff with.
Logan's just gonna reach everything anyway.
Yes, that's true.
I don't know if I can probably reach from there. Some of it.
Yeah, I think this is you two. I'll get all the people that are coming. The army that's gonna come in.
I can reach this corner. If anything
Guys, I'm
happens
just
over
gonna
here.
put grease on. This is just gonna put grease on the bridge.
It's on the
20
bridge.
or higher? 15 and 19?
15.
We've been
You're
exceptional.
so good at this.
That's what Rico sounds like.
There you go.
Oh.
I've heard this music a lot on Sunday.
Huh? Yeah, that's fair. We've had a lot of incidents with orcs.
You
but-
guys have dealt with orcs.
I said we probably don't like orcs done either.
See, that's funny because you guys have been on Lacrodon.
Yeah.
That's where Rico's from.
No, I know.
Alright, 10 to
We
14?
started in your hometown.
11. I had to think about it. I was like, 10, 11, yeah, that's me.
5 to 9?
Isn't that nice?
And
4.
Natural.
Don't forget you guys have inspiration. It's too late now.
That is a
but-
thing, isn't it? You can use it on that?
yeah,
Yes.
you can use it for any D20.
Any
roll.
D20 roll. You can even use it. You can use it against other people too, right?
Can I do that?
No, that's only luck.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah,
Oh.
luck.
I'd be like, yes!
Because with all the nat 20s rolling around, I don't see.
Yes! Yeah, we'll totally turn that
Because
out.
that's like one of the only ways
What
people
is
are gonna-
your dex score, Kesta? Wait, no, not Kesta. You.
Hey,
What is
somebody
your
else
dex
found that one.
16?
Oh, me?
I didn't expect to have to.
That's a bad minute. I'll talk for a second.
That is a world I'd like to live in.
I just always order my vegetables.
I feel a lot of solidarity with this MIDI orchestral piece. Probably finale generated. It sounds so familiar. Those clarinets. You never forget them.
Rico ACHP.
1828.
Katia.
16 AC, 24 HP.
Kesta.
1320.
1620.
Alright. As one turns towards the bridge and river, the other two clearly pulling out weapons, advancing. The one directly that had been doing the talking steps forward right at Kesta, slashes out.
Disadvantage. Using my protection ability.
Alright. As the large axe that he pulled from his back slashes out. That is dual threes.
Yeah.
So you grab on the back of Kesta and just pull her back as the strike comes in, whipping through where she just had been. As the one to my left is going to rush up to the side of Kesta in front of Katya,
Well, hello.
also wielding a large great axe. It'll strike out at Katya.
Yeah.
The 21.
Yeah. Right.
As you're unable to avoid it, it digs in deep to your midsection for 7 slashing.
That is unpleasant.
I would teach you shield, but I really don't like it that much.
As you watch the two of them rush in, great axes swinging. Rico, you will react.
I'm gonna step right up next to Kesta. I'm gonna say we were trying to have a civil conversation, although it wasn't quite your terrible, terrible language. And then I will bonus action legendary strike. and then swing down at him. 19 to hit,
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. It's walking sword time.
and then I will smite.
Okay.
Okay, my mom taught me better.
It's 11 radiant damage from the smite,
Okay.
and then max damage of 12 bludgeoning. Thunk.
As you slam your hammer into him, it bursts out with radiant energy, knocking him back. He just throws the great axe into the dirt of the road to hold himself up, breathing heavily. Kill. Anything else?
And that will be my turn.
Katia.
Well, Katya
Sorry,
does not like
Kesta.
that fellow
I
in
just
front of
don't like
me,
the sound
and
of it.
I'm going to say, hey! Trying to offer you a place to live. And I will claw him for 18 plus 6 is 24.
That is a hit.
Okay. For 5 damages.
Big oof.
And then I will do it again. Maybe 13.
Just hits.
Okay. For 6 damages.
Alright. As you claw in twice, getting past the bit of mangled
around.
hide armor that he wears.
Just
I can totally do that.
tiny little arms.
Shut up. It's right there.
You step to the side of him a bit. Anything else?
No, that's all I got.
Flanking on Kesta.
As the one that had turned back will take another step towards the bridge and begin shouting out towards the bridge before turning back around and going straight towards Rico.
Okay.
And then he's going to slash out with his great axe towards you. And an 18.
Hits.
For 7, so 4 slashing. As you get your shield expertly in the way enough to take away a bit of the force. And Kesta.
Boxed me in pretty good in there.
You just gotta cast a spell and then you fly 1,000 feet away.
I can fly 10 feet. And that's actually a question I have for you, Bo. With my tempestuous magic, I fly away without provoking opportunity attacks. If I move beyond that, I'll take opportunity attacks if I'm still within.
If you're still within threat range of someone, yeah.
So it doesn't help me right
So if you move 10
It
feet
does.
straight up, you'll be out of threat range.
You also
I
have
can't fly.
Oh, I thought you
I
were.
would fall back to the
Oh, you're
ground.
like
5, 10.
I know. I just was trying to advance, not.
Oh, okay, I get it. So we're like.
Alright, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out 3 magic missiles, one at each of them.
Okay.
First. We'll say left one.
Your
5
left or mine?
My left. This one here. 5 damage. Middle one. 3 damage. That one. 2 damage. And then as I do that, I'm going to activate my tempestuous magic to fly back, not provoking opportunity. Do I still only get the one diagonal?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5. So over here. And then I will end my turn there.
Rowan.
I think it was my thinking.
now. Does Reynolds go before or after me?
At the end of your turn.
I'm going to bonus action, begin blade singing, to walk over here. You know what? Why not?
Got
Let me
my
write down.
thinking back.
I'm going to green flame blade that one.
Which one?
The one that's in front of you.
Okay, then flanking.
Yes, that's a 24.
Yep.
So he will take
Bye.
no damage.
You heard him.
He will take 4 damage, and the one that's diagonal to him will also take 4 damage.
And Bo, I know my turn's over. Can I just add a little bit of speech to the end of my turn?
Sure.
In Orcish, as I fly away, I yell at them, Grumsh protects me.
Okay.
Blood for the blood.
Hopefully that means something.
Then you stabbed into the one that you have flanking, the magical flame licking off the blade towards the one just in front of you. The 4 damage that deals to that one is enough to kill it, as the flame licks across it and it shrieks, yelling out as before turning back towards you, grabbing at its face, which is already starting to melt away from the magic and drop to the ground. But then as the sound of it shouting its final death cry subsides, there's a sudden heavy slurp of as if water is suddenly filling a sudden pocket, and then a almost very gurgly growl and chuckle as, being not really in the thick of things, Kesta, you'd be able to glance towards the river just as a huge obese arm and hand slam down from the side where it ducked down into the river, and a massive, just flab covered huge bits of obese flesh, flabs and skin rolls all over the place, though giant in form, rises from it. You see the upper torso and face of it as just it grabs on and pulls itself up. If you would put this on the edge of the water right next to the bridge there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then it will continue to move 20 feet towards the group. And that's where its turn will end. As it just lumbers. Just jiggling and wriggling with every heavy step. And that'll bring it to the flanked orc, who look back at it, giving a cheer, and then slash in at Rowan.
Disadvantage.
My AC is not 20.
Does not matter, as that's a 9 with disadvantage.
I thought it didn't matter because it's a crit.
No, it wouldn't. It would have still hit without disadvantage, but disadvantage caused it to miss.
Yay, disadvantage.
Protection's really good. You just had to be within 5 feet of me.
So again, you hear the shout of an oncoming attack, turn to the side, grab the back of Rowan also, and just pull him out of the strike.
He just yanks people around.
I had that.
Yeah, in the neck.
And then Rico. You've, of course, seen the massive form rise out of the riverbank and climb over.
What the heck are you? And then I'll swing down it. The one
I
in
thought
front
we're
of me.
using the orcish swear words in front of the orcs.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
For hating the language, you sure do love to swear in it.
For 11 damage.
Okay.
They're the only words we
I
know.
said, he does.
And I will take 1 5-foot step forward to right.
Just right to its side.
Yep.
Alright.
Aren't you glad we know how to swear in Orcish but not say any other phrases?
Don't
Got
turn
to.
our old conversations against me.
I'm clawing and being very concerned about the troll, but mostly laughing at them.
You get plus
Shoot,
2
8. Yeah, so 16.
Yeah.
Okay. 7 damages. I'm not gonna flurry right now. Save it for the troll. 23.
Yep.
For 8 damages.
A quick 2 claw strikes out, leave it spinning back towards Rowan before he just kind of steps to the side and it falls prone and dead.
Right then, I will run around to the other side of that one, not going in front of the troll, but
Do they die instantly?
right there.
I
Yes.
mean, for the intents of enemies just die when they hit 0 hit points, yes.
They might still be bleeding out.
I mean, we could save them if we
I'm gonna
finish
go
this
stab
combat
that
and
one a
die.
couple times. rapier into it.
As it's now again the flanked orc's turn. This time it's going to strike out at Katya, whose eyes running up along beside it.
Hello. Don't do that.
And a 19 to hit.
Okay, do that.
As he follows you in, striking out where you stop before you even get to the point. For 11 slashing damage.
Alright, I look worse than I did yesterday.
You don't need that help.
No,
As
I'm using
the
it.
great axe just
We all have
meets you
potions.
right where you stop digging
We all
and
have
deep.
Yeah. Well, I was pretty okay until that.
Kesta.
And this large thing, do I have any idea what it is? Is it orcish or
Roll history check.
17?
You would recognize this from stories of your mother's time and buried bits that had happened in the Highlands as a flab giant.
That's an appropriate
Are they nice folks?
I mean, you have to ask. I mean,
That's fair.
They
All right.
nice folks.
No, there's a reason they're so obese. They eat just about anything that they can get their hands on. It doesn't matter if it's intelligent or alive or not.
okay, good. Nico was like, wait a minute. They eat anything? Oh, wait, no. Anything,
Dirt.
anything. Rico doesn't eat anything.
Alright. Just to be clear, I don't see any other, like,
You're not noticing any clear movement now.
on the other side of the bridge.
I mean, besides the river. Maybe if they're hiding in the river.
I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to cast a firebolt at it.
Alright. At the giant?
Yep. Will a 21 hit?
Yep.
Alright.
Go Kesta!
For 2 damage.
Well, I mean, if it's got all that fat, maybe it'll just
And
like...
then I'm going to quicken another one. For 23.
Yep.
Dang, Jackie.
8 damage.
Nice.
Go Kesta!
I wish I could roll damage like that.
As both of your blasts slam into it, the sections of its flesh that it hit rippling on impact, though it just continues slowly lumbering forward.
She scooches back just a smidgen more.
Ruin!
I'm going to hold my action for when this guy gets in range. I'm going to cast Burning Hands at second level.
Okay.
And then, after my turn, my bird is finally going to go. He's going to swoop at the guy. He's going to use a help action. And then just going
Skedaddle.
to get out. And that's where he can go.
Alright. We'll bring it to its turn as it just awkwardly swipes at your owl as it flies away and just continues to lumber forward.
Yeah?
Yep.
Hello. Poof. I don't really want to
Dex
start.
saves. Let's see.
That's going to be an 18 for the orc.
Yes.
And nope, that's a fail for the large guy.
Sick.
Oh, good.
Burning hands, where are you? Sorry. It's actually, okay, so it's gonna be 46.
That's pretty good.
19 damage for what, 9 on a save.
That was pretty good. Your dice heard your wish.
Thank you, dice.
Alright, as your gout of flame shoots out from your extended hands, the orc in front sees more directly what you're doing and hits the deck, only getting scalded by the bottom bit of the cone, revealing the entirety of the huge, massive giant behind it that the entire bit of flame just slams into, roaring to the side. The spell ends, and you see the flesh darkened and slightly bubbling in points, though he still continues to just roar, hardly paying attention to it. And He's going to strike out, trying to grab and slam out at Katya.
That's not great.
Bit like you.
No. Yep. Nope.
16.
That is exactly my AC.
Rico can.
No, I'm not
You
really
will
affected.
take
5 feet of me.
12 bludgeoning damage as it slams into you.
She down.
Oh no, Katya.
As soon as it slams into you and you just get knocked to the ground, it just grabs hold and then just sits your corpse underneath it and kind of just sits half of its butt down on you.
Ooh. Oh, I'm so glad I'm unconscious right now.
And then swipes out towards Rico with its other hand.
I'm under a giant's butt cheek.
Yes. Oh, but the awkwardness of having half of it sitting while the other half lunges out doesn't make contact as you just
He just came out of the
avoid
water
it
too, so he's
entirely.
I know. Oh my god.
Wet butt.
wet. Wet giant. Wet flabby
Rico.
giant butt.
It's D&D.
So happy I'm
You
unconscious.
probably shouldn't tell her what's happening.
Oh, I'm going to tell her what happened.
What?
And I'm going to swing at the big guy.
So that she can...
Alright.
And I have advantage from the owl.
Yep.
she deserves to know every detail.
19.
I suppose so.
Which is waiting to take my potion.
We can't reach a mouth because it's under
For 11 damage.
butt cheek.
1 away from max again.
That's gonna be a problem.
It's just
you
gonna
are.
suffocate
Oh, yeah.
under there.
Okay. Ouch.
Anything else?
No.
You slam into it, a more rippling of its gluttonous flank or form as it swipes back towards where you struck at it. And it got you.
13.
Success. Bringing it to the last remaining orc. And it's going to strike out at Rowan.
Disadvantage.
Did you have advantage on your...
Yeah, I rolled it. I got a 6 and a 13.
And a 14 is not going to hit Rowan. As it swipes in, you this time unable to really pull him from where it is. You just reach out real quick and shove him as the axe comes down, slamming into the ground.
Rico. See, I've got it.
Kesta.
Alright,
Oh, I'm gonna love this.
I'm gonna keep focusing on the flab giant. Keep throwing fire bolts at him. Will 15 hit?
Yes.
For 6 damage. I will go ahead and quicken another spell and do the same thing. 21 will hit. For 6 damage again.
More and more small scorch marks appear across it, though you lose some of them every time it moves when more flesh rolls go over top of them. Rowan.
Going to Green Flame Blade the Orc. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
So it's 10 to him and 4 to the big guy.
As you stab your rapier into the orc, it pierces straight through the collarbone, the green flame bursting from the tip of the rapier. When it goes through the corner of his shoulder, the orc falls dead when you pull your blade out of it. Orc is dead.
Alright.
Oh, yeah, the orc's dead.
So much better.
Hey, over here, in the pile.
We need a pile of dead orc.
I hope you trip and fall.
Anything else?
Into the flab giant. What sounds delightful.
Oh, I don't want to go
Just
up.
do it.
I will go up
Alright.
Against my better judgment, and then Reynolds gonna do his thing,
Okay.
and that's all.
Alright. At the start of the giant's turn, You will take a fail as the crushing force of the weight of this breaks and pushes you into the ground.
Katya died.
Can I still see part of her?
No.
I am under a
She's
flab
completely
giant's-
vanished under one
I
of
figured
the
as much as
massive
why I didn't try to
cheeks.
heal last time.
Katya's crushed by cheeks.
I identify a flab giant's butt cheek does not seem like the best way to go.
I'm going to tell your parents.
I'll reinforce it.
And then it is going to strike out.
Thanks.
Put it on your tombstone.
It's going to strike out at Rowan.
Ha!
There lies Katya,
She died the way she did.
22.
dead betwixt the butt cheeks of a giant.
22?
Yeah.
No!
22.
A shield.
So what's that put it to?
I'm at 25 right now.
Alright. As he slams into you and his massive arms just comes to a stop against your arcane force. It looks confused. Then swings out towards Rico with its opposite hand. And that's probably gonna hit. That's a 20.
I lift my shield and just get hit in the face.
You're just like, alright, I'll do the same thing. Smack!
Bong!
Oh!
Bong!
I try to push it.
You try to push me and just fall over.
And you will take 10, so 6 bludgeoning damage.
Thank you, Heavy Armor Master. That's not right. I would have taken 7. It's 3, not 4.
Oh yeah, why did I take away from Rowan?
19.
Then you're up, Rico.
Heavy armor master got better.
That's not how that works either. 17. Allison, we gotta quit playing games together. I'm absolutely terrible.
It's not catching.
Katya likes clapping cheeks. Unfortunately, cheeks clapped her.
I will. The advantage is from the Avalon, still, right?
Yes.
Swing down.
My next character kills him. For no
It's a 19 again.
That'll hit.
Ooh, max damage of 12.
You either die clapping cheeks or live long enough to be clapped by cheeks.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
She has another heavy slam into it. More evidence that it's clearly noticing the heavy shots from your hammer repeatedly slamming into it. And then Katya.
It's a pass.
Alright.
I know, that one would have been better.
2 and 1.
The problem is, though, is we have to kill this thing before it kills her next turn.
You don't kill it next
Oh, okay, next
It'll
turn.
be
I got 2 more.
Kesta.
Only one fail.
Oh, right. It's not where it's at.
It's her face
And
underneath.
keep
the bits.
firebolting it.
Yeah, you don't see her.
I'm gone.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you can't see anything. That's why I asked, because if I could see her, I could heal it.
Lost in the sauce.
It's a
nat 20.
Right.
Oh, the firebolt?
Yep.
Oh, it's just like I keep envisioning it, and it's just bad.
12 damage.
Nice.
That's alright. I'll keep reminding you.
I know.
I'm actually sad you're unconscious because when I was planning this, I was looking forward to describing to whoever got to experience it.
Nope. Katya is very happy she's unconscious. She doesn't know it yet, but she's very happy.
I'll stop there.
Okay.
How's it looking?
Certainly beat up, though this is a very large, very sturdy creature.
I don't know if that's a good idea now.
So there are multiple wounds across it. You know you're certainly doing a heavy
If I
bit of
grease
damage
it,
to
I
it.
don't know if it falling over will crush you still.
It's already crushing me.
Rowan.
Well,
Well, sure you know that though, so.
we are going to throw out another second level Burning Hands.
Okay.
Dex save.
I'm protected by the giant flab giant, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just checking.
That is going to be a fail.
Ooh, it's not. That's alright. 6, 10, 11.
Hey.
Alright. There's another heavy burn and scorch mark of fire appears across the side of it.
Ta-ta.
Alright. And you caw at it. It looks confused as to how the bird makes that sound too.
Is he really that smart? Come on.
I mean, probably. He might understand that that's not a sound. That is-
He's eaten an hour or two in his day.
I'm impressed. Alright. He
It's
knows
kind
too
of
much. He
flew
must
into it,
die.
it's stuck. Just pulled it out.
And that your turn then?
Yes.
Alright, at the
Snack
start of his
later.
turn, you'll take another fail. As you're still crushed further
2
in.
and 2. If I don't get saved,
Kesta, give me
oh,
a
I
perception check.
16.
Underneath one section of thick flab that's dug into the ground, you can start to see trickles and pools of blood coming out along the dirt.
Guess
It's not good.
And
I'm so glad I didn't have that drink in my mouth.
uneven. He's going to attack at Rico.
It's a serious matter, okay?
And that's going to be a really high number. 25.
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
4, 8, so 5 bludgeoning. As one hand slams into one side of you, the other one comes trying to slam in at the opposite side.
He really just decided.
Natural 20.
Oh, sweet.
He decided I wasn't worth it, apparently.
Oh my.
Someone's-
4, 25, so 22.
Are you?
I'm down.
Oh yeah, someone's joining me under this butt
As it
cheek.
then grabs you in both hands and shoves you under the opposite.
Is that everyone with heels is now under the butt cheeks?
The only person with heals?
I have heels.
You have a potion. You gave us all of
No,
them.
I have key point heals now.
What?
What's the thing?
What?
2 key points. I can do a D4 healing.
What?
It's part of the stuff from the smoke skin.
Monks can heal people?
I think you can heal yourself.
Oh, is it just me?
Yeah, I think it's just.
Hi.
Oh,
Where's that at?
it's in the new Unearthed Arcana
yeah.
alternate.
Oh,
things for all
I'm
the
pretty
classes.
sure that's a for healing yourself
Oh, just-
Yeah,
thing.
I think that's healing yourself.
I just knew I had heals.
It's kind of like their
like their
wholeness
the
of body, but
like
they
a
can use it
baby
more
version.
often to get smaller amounts back.
Well, never mind then.
Yeah, your only healer is underneath the troll
Well,
belt.
it was nice knowing you both. I
You
wouldn't
can
assume
probably
we
save him. You got time to save him.
I'm underneath it.
Let's see.
Well, if they kill it, they can
Oh,
probably save you.
How accurate
You have
is it gonna be with
some time.
As it shoves you under, it slams you into Katya's body, and as it sits down, there's a single broken arm sticking out
Oh, it's really good
Of
that the
mine
person
or
that can heal
his?
them.
of yours.
Look, I know the only person that could have healed me is shoved up
Here's
the
a
butt of
potion.
me.
Can't do anything with it.
Take this. I didn't think that through. And after
just
that,
can't
Rico.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's a 16.
Katya.
Uh-oh.
Success.
Yes.
You become conscious with 0 hit points.
So I'm not-
suffocating underneath the giant
I'm not
flabiness.
conscious, am I? I'm just
No.
stabilized.
Well, yeah,
Stabilized.
stabilized.
Oh, I was like, I wake up. All right,
So that means it
right side.
resets her.
But it's gonna reset my
Yes,
things, and then he's
you're
gonna crush
take
me
another
again.
one at the start of his turn.
Good, we have a little bit more time. Unless you're on that one.
That's fair. Thank you for the positive.
You're welcome.
You're not rolling though.
Kesta.
Yeah, you're not rolling though. So.
Okay,
just
the
wanted to
first thing
remind
I'm
you of
going
your
to do,
impending
because I'm assuming I
mortality.
can't see them, or they're only a small part of them.
Yeah, you
sticking
saw.
up.
You see
I have
like
one broken
most
paw.
of the forearm and clawed hand of Katya.
First, I'm going to firebolt it again.
All right.
Will an 11 hit?
That'll miss as it slams into it, but seems to do nothing.
And then I'm going to quicken a sleep spell,
Okay.
and I'm going to put it behind it so that it just targets it.
Okay.
I guess whatever it
I guess
is.
they have 0 hit points. So
Come on, high roll. Oh, okay, not terrible. 13, 18, 22, 23.
As the magic bursts out, seems to have no effect.
Yeah.
well, that's not good.
Yeah. I'm going to just stay in panic.
Rowan, you hear Kesta start to panic.
Rowan.
It's all right. We just need to take it down.
You
Mr.
technically have
Trick.
advantage on this.
Hey!
Yeah, technically nobody else is attacked.
Good.
We're all busy.
Yes. That hits.
Hey,
I don't know what it is.
a 1.
Oh, great. 4 damage.
You pierce into it as it just swats at your hand, knocking the blade out of it.
And then Reynold comes in, pecks at it a bit, and then leaves again.
And then it's its turn, and you each take a fail.
On the bright side, it only has 2 butt cheeks, so. I mean, I
I'm just
think.
gonna cast everything, throw everything you have at it.
And then it's
Anything
going to
left?
strike out at you, Rowan.
Good, come
since you're
out.
the only one there.
Come get.
Wow. A 26.
Hey, remember that time Rico was there when he gave it disadvantage?
Yeah, anything would have helped here, because,
It's-
yep, look, that missed.
It's just, if it was just 1 lower, I would be
It'd
able
still
to
hit you.
stop it. No.
Kesta has to go back
Nice,
and
yeah.
recruit people.
That is going to be 12 bludgeoning damage.
It's not 20, so that's good.
Yeah, it's got another attack
It's
though.
then going to strike in a second time. And that's not going to hit. That is a 12. As the shot and impact of its first shot knocks you to the ground more than it anticipated, and it more so high fives itself than makes contact with you.
We all have a potion.
We go out like men.
Well, good thing you're an elf. Drink that potion.
And Rico. Succeed!
Come on.
A success,
Oh.
not a crit like I wanted.
Okay, I was going to say, that didn't seem good.
No, I'm like, I've been fishing for a nat 20. And I just want it now would be perfect. Because then I
would
like
be
right
good
next to you, I can heal you.
I'm
That
fishing
would be
for a
great.
nat 20 every game, and
Yeah, but it's you. Like
I mean, no one
you can roll
expects you to
12
call.
dice. You can roll
Katia.
20 dice and still not get a
Success.
Yes.
Alright.
you guys have been. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, don't talk.
Knock on this wood.
I don't think Rowan's allowed to talk anymore.
Hesta. What you got?
She's trying to think.
Wild
of
magic
something
surge.
to do.
What am I?
She's
That's
not a
not
wild
the real
magic
thing
sorcerer.
she can
Okay.
do.
You're a sorcerer.
I'm like,
You're an orc sorcerer.
Sudden wild magic just picks it up and starts slamming it into the ground where it is.
That'd be impressive. Right on top of both of you.
3 times.
Pulverizes you all into dust.
Then you both get clapped.
Okay. I'm gonna firebolt it. That's my best option at the moment.
It is not looking pretty.
21.
That'll hit.
go Kesta! You can save us all.
7 damage.
Sick.
As you blast into it again, more flesh blobs around as she continues to awkwardly flail about. And Rowan.
It has
Unless
seemed
you have
pretty
something
effective
else.
so far.
I
At the
am
moment.
going to swing. We're gonna-
Oh, actually, you would have had advantage on the attack
Yeah,
from the owl.
Yes, you would have.
it's true.
Can you crit?
Nope.
Nope. Alright.
Alright, come on, dice. Don't do bad things, please. That's a 16.
That'll hit.
You got this, guys.
One. Where's this? He's another one.
Yeah.
11.
Oh no.
That's max damage. That's all I can do, alright?
As you pierce into it, most of your entire rapier vanishing into its thick folds, as it all just rips your hand out of it. Gouts of blood splurt out before it just seems to seal itself in the weight of its own fat. Very
Active.
weak, still sitting there awkwardly. As do your bird. Anything?
Bird goes, pecks at his eyes a bit.
He doesn't even seem to pay attention to it as he just awkwardly swings both arms out towards you, and you will both take a fail as its turn starts.
Are you both at 2?
Yeah. We're dying in
And
sync.
a 15 is going to miss you. And a 17 is going to miss you. As both shots clearly not having as much into them as it flails about.
Both fail right now. I'm sorry.
Rico.
Stop talking!
Don't do that.
I die.
Inspiration.
Oh, I have inspiration. Thank you.
Oh my god.
It was lower, but it wasn't a nat 1. I die. Fuck you, Logan.
Katia.
I blame Logan. Inspiration! That's a 13. I'm gonna blame Logan.
Can we trade?
I have ruled that you can give inspiration. That's the only way you can ever give it out. So there is a pool of them if you wanted to try.
I mean, I would have given him, but
I will give him my inspiration.
Yeah, go again.
Absolutely. Do I hear some gurgling?
And I go,
no.
Rico, hold on, Rico.
Save.
now you're both back to 0.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, no, that doesn't put me to 0.
It puts you to 0 saves or failures.
Yeah.
You restart when you go up to 0.
I
when
still
you-
have 2 and 2. I'm at 2 and 2.
But no, you go back to stabilization, which sets you back to nothing.
Because
I thought
made
you
your
have to
save.
have 3 saves to do that.
Were you at 2? Did that
I'm
make
only
2
at
saves?
2.
Oh, okay. I thought that
Yeah.
was gonna be. I thought that was save or die for you. So,
No,
because that's what it was for him.
it
Yeah.
was die. Yeah, it was save or die, but I'm not stabilized.
Okay.
I'm still at 2 and 2.
I thought it was. I thought it was 2.
He started before me.
Hooray! I'm
Yeah.
not dead.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
For now.
It's
Burned
very-
through 75% of your inspiration, but
But we're not dead.
What is that?
and it missed its attacks.
Gifting inspiration
You guys
still working to
failed.
help people with
Kesta.
their dice rolls.
Cast
Go,
up.
Kesta. You got this.
It's very wobbly.
What?
I can't ask you guys that.
Blow it up.
Do
All right, let's
whatever
hope
it is
this
you're gonna
hits.
do.
Firebolt.
You advantage.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
Screw that.
You have
Magic
I
missile.
was gonna say you have
Oh.
magic missiles. It's still maybe.
That sucked. 5,
10.
7, 10.
Considering it was
Pew, pew, pew.
very.
As your 3 arcane missiles shoot out, spiraling around, slamming into it with a heavy. It just falls backwards with a heavy slam as its arms just dig into the road around it, and you see the upper half of Katya and bottom half of Rico invisible.
I immediately run up and go, Rowan, push! I start trying to push it off of them.
Pull!
Alright, are we still in initiative then? 'Cause we're
At
still-
this
Whichever
point,
way
you're
we
out
have to
of
go to get
initiative.
it off.
Okay,
We're gonna pull them
I'm
out
still
from
dying.
under it.
Like, do I have to roll
That's
again?
better.
We are not
idea.
going to move this.
Yes. Give me one more save. As you each give me a strength save or strength check.
Oh god.
It's a 2. That would kill me.
No. I'm going to take my inspiration.
18.
I think that's not dead.
I got a.
I'm stabilized.
This is just a strength check.
Yeah.
8.
Well, we do all of our inspiration.
That's right.
You
You got
start
inspiration.
pushing and
You are-
pulling, trying to get
We
them
are.
off of them.
We're welcome. We're welcome for me cooking that food.
Yes!
You start to get them off of the 2 of them when Rowan suddenly notices Katya at the verge of death and pays attention to her, aiding less but saving her life in the moment as you pull it to the side as it with a heavy it slips over to the side off of the both of them, still motionless after that. And as you start
No, I stabbed him in the face.
Oh, you stabbed him
No.
in the face.
Yes, a potion.
And
Aha! You have to do it twice.
start dumping down potions, getting your fallen comrades back on their feet,
Yeah, I'll use my potion to get
and that's where we'll take a break.
for minimum, of course, because I'm great at this.
A for max of 10.
Hey, you guys didn't die to the clap.
I don't even pretend to get up. I just...
Oh. That's just stressful.
Rico! Rico! Rico!
Hey, I'm Rico. Rico Del Rico. Fame, glory, money. What more can a guy ask for? Besides, I've been fighting monsters and wolves my entire life. At least that's what I tell everyone. How hard can it be? Starting your own adventuring crew, going out to help Keybric clear out its problems and monsters, all in a day's work with someone with my strength and smile.
My name is Kesta Vanille, and now that I'm 15 and a grown adult, I need to get a job of my own. I don't really know yet what I'm going to be doing, and these guys are a little weird, but I guess they'll do for adventuring partners. I don't think they appreciate my value yet, but I am used to people doubting me, and I do not back down from a challenge.
My name is Rowan Leandel. I have been instructed in the ancient elven art of blade singing, and am now looking to make a name for myself as a prominent adventurer. With my practiced blade and skill in the arcane arts, rising above the average trash of Keybric will be quick and easy.
I'm really not into talking without having something to say. The others do that enough. Someone needs to keep an eye on things. That is why I stay in the shadows, ready to pounce. If you need me, I'll be keeping an eye on things.
Oh God.
Rico?
Was I under its butt cheek?
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna
She
stick,
was under its butt cheek for much longer, though.
Yeah, because she was under there before I went under there.
I'm gonna stick with no.
We definitely were.
I'm sticking with no.
Kesta,
Yeah.
can you come just get this off?
Rico?
It
Yeah.
smells
Yeah.
terrible.
I'll press the detail on the goo and sweat.
Rico,
What?
I want to thank you for your food. I know I was unconscious there, but I just kept thinking about it. It was quite inspiring.
That is a
And I
very
appreciate
strange
it
thing to think
so
about while you're
much.
under a giant butt.
I still do not recall being under there at all. I was out here,
just glad you
now I'm
guys are
out here
okay.
again.
Well,
me too.
I was worried.
it was
Nope.
you were just
Nope.
being ground into the dirt by his
Nope.
giant flabby.
That actually
butt
was a thing,
cheek. He was
Katya, but don't
still
worry.
damp from coming out of the water.
I
and
was
it
under
mixed
there.
with your blood.
Can you clean me off?
Yes,
My
I'll-
fur is.
I'll clean you off as well.
Thank you. I've
Um,
decided that did not happen.
Rowan,
Yes.
is there any more of them?
Do I see anything else?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, boy.
I'm not getting up. I'm just gonna lay there.
Hey, that's a 20 total.
Taking a pretty solid look around, you don't notice any clear motion, no more giants or orcs that you can see.
I currently don't. Reynold, can you go?
Open
I'm
my
gonna have
eyes.
him fly
Sit up.
up a ways and then
Oh.
over a bit and see what he sees.
He starts doing a pass.
Rowan, can I see some of
He
your?
got a 14.
Can I see your rope? Thank you. I'm gonna go over to the body of the orc that was talking to me, the main one. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to tie his arms together.
Katya, I think. Katya. Kesta,
I look over what?
nothing, I don't want to talk to you.
Okay.
I think he's dead.
Can I get a good tie of the hands together?
Yeah, he's not resisting, so you just go around, bind it
Surprisingly.
fairly well. There's no great knot job, but he's bound really well.
Rico,
I have no
Huh.
thoughts.
no, I kind of like get down to my knees as I'm doing this and say, Rico, can you just try to do something for him? Try to help him at least gain consciousness. I don't know if he's dead or not. but-
Rico, wait a moment. I'm gonna try to The check for pulse.
Give me a medicine check.
Natural 20. There we. That's what I got it on.
Oh.
Nothing. You're very certain he's dead.
He is definitely not alive any longer.
As I start to untie the ropes, are any of the others alive?
You go around with your natural 20. They're all dead.
Rifle through the pockets for spare change.
That's an investigation check.
I did not get him.
10 total. I have a very good investigation.
Wrap up your rope and
You find 8 gold.
Sick.
Well, it doesn't look like these orcs are going to be a problem in the near future. Although we should probably look out, because I'm sure there are more angry orcs.
Yeah, the truth is I was... Like, I'm angry at what they did. They almost killed you guys, but maybe if we could have brought one of them back and said, like, listen, this didn't need to happen. Maybe they could help us to avoid this in the future, say, like...
Oh, is there any kind of organizational scheme among the orcs?
Not that I know of.
The tribal and...
Well,
They're generally tribal, though, aren't they? They
that's
have the
probably-
strongest leads.
Yeah, more or less.
You know what I want to
What
know? These orcs had to come from the Basin Vale Highlands, right?
As they're all talking, I'm gonna walk over to where the troll was by the bridge and inspect the bridge to see if it's broken.
That's right.
Roll an investigation.
I mean, when I
So
asked
didn't
him,
they have to come through Hillsedge area?
They...
Isn't there someone who's supposed to be, I don't know, keeping an eye on
17.
that?
Yes. The Thunder Towns.
I'm still like, crap.
You know, it'd be much easier to speak with you if you were not laying in the dirt.
Because you care so much about how easy it is to speak with me. I'm sorry, how is this any more difficult? You're just speaking.
I don't know, but you're sitting in... It's probably troll butt sweat.
Nope.
Or giant
Kesta
butt
cleaned
sweat.
me. Kesta cleaned it. Yep.
If you say so.
Mm-hmm.
There's still an odor.
I'm sure there is. I heard.
what did you get from your check?
Didn't we both get hit by
17.
the... whatever that
I know,
stinky...
Oh, he hasn't told me anything yet.
Before,
He
yeah.
first.
You guys stinking, it's also not been too uncommon.
Yep. Just saying, they suck.
I don't know what your stuff is all
Got a 17 to investigate.
Yeah. I was just waiting
Yeah.
for you guys to finish. As you go over it, it's hard to really make heads or tails of it, as other than the bits of it that you are able to understand that are clearly just the structural components of it. You're able to find a strange series of cylinder-esque bits of metalwork and stonework dot the northern edge of the bridge itself, all along the structured wall of stone and wood that stretches along this side. You would have noticed from your approach and the battle that the side that the massive flab giant seemed to emerge from is mostly opened and likely has some means of access to the underworkings of the bridge itself. But this side is fully walled except for these strange cylinders of metal and stone that, as you get near them and investigate, you can hear a near constant whirring from, almost reminiscent of your interactions with the strange contraptions back in Minoris, but less clearly what you came to know to be clockwork and more something different and constant going about it. But in your listening, you'd also notice the occasional sudden spike, as if there was a pebble or something inside of this massive spinning cylinder that had come loose and was now occasionally slamming into a portion of it. And there is also clear damage to the structured wall of it as well.
I don't know how this works, but it
Oh.
definitely sounds like there's something stuck in there.
I get
It also looks like it hit it with a hammer. I didn't do it.
Yeah. I will look. I'm excited about the
Thank you
inner
for that,
workings of
Ryan.
this bridge.
Do you go to the same side as him?
Yeah, wherever it is that he says there's something wrong, I'm gonna go where he said.
I mean, I guess the point is now is that the orcs aren't here. We'll have to let Naragu know, and I'm sure he knows
Honestly, I
how to
wouldn't mind
fix
just go stand there and look at his side and then
Yes,
walk and
he
look at the
seems
other
to be
side to
the
kind of
one
check out both sides of the
charge of doing
bridge.
such things.
What?
So,
As you take a glance, you would see, as you would notice a bit, that the southern edge of the bridge all along is open. You can see the wooden workings of the frame built into the river itself. On the north side of it, there is a clear structure of wood and stone that goes into the water itself, almost blocking it off, other than these cylinder-esque bits that go into it that are about maybe 2/3 of the way exposed, the final third of it underneath the river itself. And they seem to intake the water that you notice being pushed through the whatever these contraptions that you see the face of constantly whir and spin around.
So there's damage where he's standing though?
As you take
Yeah.
a look, you can just taking a quick look, you can't hear any clear source of damage like he said he was hearing, but you do see that the structure itself is clearly struck multiple times, though nothing is completely broken in.
Alright, well I'll climb down to where he's at then. Oh, you said the other side was open.
Yeah,
like-
the other far side of
I'll-
where you are is open.
Hey, I'll go to the other side from where
Okay.
you're at. I'll go around so I can go check out.
As
the
you
inside.
climb down into the riverbank itself, to the side and below that side of the bridge, you see a clear space deepened in a bit of a almost body print, and realize that this is likely where the giant must have been hunkered over doing something here before being called to battle.
Right.
But leaving that is, you go underneath the bridge. Plenty of room for some of your size to simply just walk under it.
Good.
As you do at a quick glance, you see the opposite ends of the multiple cylinders that go along. The top portions of them slightly coned and dome-esque in shape as they come out, and you can tell a constant motion is going about them. Sections of what appear to be actual metalwork emerge from the water as well and seem to encapsulate, holding them in place at their most extended portions from the wall. And you can watch sections of water get spilled out in the constant swirl as it continues the river onwards.
Can I investigate specifically the area that's like damaged with my tinker's tools? 13.
Investigating it, you find that the nature of this is certainly, the build of it is by all means a very professional level of contraption making. However, there's, in your knowledge of what this bridge does, how it takes one form of water, turning it into the other, you don't get any sense that mechanically this is capable of that. You do in that, however, notice that there is a section of the not nearest cone, but the first cone into the river itself, that every couple of rotations seems to try and come loose and skip out of the metal binding that you notice upon looking at it. Has a section of it almost broken in and almost dented in at a 90-degree angle, barely holding that side
Would
of
I
the
have
round.
something to like bolt that or fix that in my tinker's tools and stuff that I got?
You would have something to fix it, though you would need something of a bit more brute force to re-straighten the beam right there as well.
Rico,
What?
can you come help me with something?
Sure.
I think we can fix this.
Just walk to the side of the bridge and jump into the river. What?
You just jump off the bridge into
Right
the
to
river.
the river.
Give me an athletics check.
I'm like, I'm not standing in the river, am I? I'm standing in the river.
Where you're standing, you're kind of like a few inches above your ankle in water, but where you need to get will be at about waist level.
Non-natural 20.
You just leap over the bridge into the water,
Yeah.
instantly going about thigh deep into it, splashing out.
Yeah. What's up?
That was fast. I'll point out the part that needs to get straightened. Do you think you could help me with this?
Probably.
Could we try that now?
Yeah.
Do you explain to him?
Yeah, so
I was gonna say, I
pointed
just
out.
get my hammer and
Sorry.
start walking towards it.
I pointed that part out, and I'm gonna explain like what needs to be done and how this is gonna work.
So I have to straighten that out.
I mean, maybe.
Probably shouldn't use the hammer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Yeah.
see what I can do.
I don't know what exactly we're rolling strength or.
For you, it'd be a strength check to try and bend out and then kind of push back into as straight of a section as you can. This bit of iron work.
Yeah, I can't do anything with this. I got an 8.
If you
I
push
know,
and
strength check would have been a 6.
it gives a bit because of the weakness of the point that it's nearly broken at, but you're not able to get it back into place.
Casta, Rowan.
What?
I think
What is it?
we might need some help to get this fixed.
I'm afraid that if I push too hard, I might break this.
Yeah. If we have more hands doing. I try to help him out, but I'm not sure where to go.
At this point, Kesta's just sitting at the edge of the bridge, just sitting down.
Guess I'm going to go try and help them for a moment. Are you going to be alright?
Yeah, I'll try to help too. Just stand up.
You both climb down into the riverbank and start walking under the bridge. To get to where you would have to help them, you would have to go to about waist level of water.
I'll get out of the way.
Even me, I'm 4'2".
You're 4'2".
4'2"? I thought it was 5'2".
Yeah, you're
5'2".
5'2".
Yeah, that's the same height as
Same as
her.
me.
That's-
Okay.
Say, when did you get so small?
Yeah, I was like,
I shrunk.
You shrunk like a foot shorter than me.
Is your dad a halfling?
No. No, he's an orc cactor. We've already established it.
Well, halflings can be
I
Is he a halfling orc cactor? Is that the other
I'm not
way?
gonna go
That's
into
not
what I was
orc?
gonna say.
Anyways.
Yeah, I'll reluctantly get into the water, I guess. And
Right,
Go
the
see
two
what's
of
up.
you start working your way out to the point. Rico standing just to the side of it. Are all three of you going to try and
What, you-
get it back into place?
Yeah, if you guys can get into place, then I'll bolt it.
we just have to bend this thing.
Yes, in this manner.
Because you're seeing what's fairly clear, even with not perhaps knowing exactly what their purpose is. Looking at the other bits of cone extending from the wall ahead of you, you're all able to tell that they each share these metal cylinder-like contraptions that emerge from the water and grip the smallest sections, maybe about a foot from the end of it. And through that, it seems to allow it to spin while not having to worry about the just inertia and force of the end of point.
And it's still moving,
It's still
but
moving.
reluctantly because it's.
Yep, every so often it seems to try and skip out of it because of the weakness of this
Right.
point.
I don't know how much I'm going to be of use, but I will try.
Can we like try to hold it and stop it, and then I guess I can try to bend it back. I trust you guys more than that.
Give me intelligence checks.
Solid.
Good.
So I was like, I wasn't sure what
Not
it's
that
gonna be to
nice.
figure
This
this
one,
out.
maybe.
16? Unless if you had my
15.
tinkers too.
13.
12.
15.
You would all know that while perhaps the extent of any potential damage to stopping the cone from moving, there may be damage to the contraption itself to do that abruptly, and you aren't even really sure if outside of stopping the water force through it, you could stop it from moving.
So we gotta try to do this in the moment that it's there.
Well, it's there
Like-
constantly.
Oh, okay.
This is simply every maybe like 3 or 4 rotations that it goes around quickly. You see it kind of jump out to the side, still remaining in the same
Okay.
cone bit,
So it stays there.
but it's the other ones are not jumping at all, and
Okay.
this one is. So you can tell that while it may not even happen anytime soon, this is certainly at risk of something further happening.
Right.
Alright, maybe that's not the best idea.
Maybe we
So
should
it doesn't.
just
So
go.
it doesn't move. So
But
we can-
outside of physically like wrenching the beam back into place so that you can then go about trying to fix it,
Right.
there's probably not a whole lot you guys can do.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should just
so-
go get Naragu. He probably has a way to shut it down. To help
Should
us with
someone-
this, or,
Keep an eye on this, or
well,
I don't
do you
know.
think it does it?
well, if we try to wrench it back, I can bolt it back. That's the only issue. Is
It
that
doesn't look like it's going to come off anytime soon. We should be able to get to Naragu.
you'll probably have to skip the owlbear on the way back, then.
I mean, that's fine. I think,
the owl
like you
is
say,
problem,
I think the
really.
water's more important.
Well, the goblins. It's eating goblins. It's upsetting Kesta. Alright, so head back home then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is what we were sent out here for. Let's go back
Hey.
and report.
How do orcs usually bury their dead?
You would know based on your stories, what you were told by your mother, that for the most part there was very little ceremony involved in it. If the tribe actually had a location and a stationary point that they called home, they may burn the body, but other than that, they had no quarrels with just leaving the dead behind and moving. It's not a very sentimental race.
Should we just bring back like
Trollhead?
big ones? Yes. To show them that we're not completely useless, or
I mean, that
Is
does
that-
seem fair.
he's a
I-
giant, he's not
I mean,
I think once Naragu comes back and sees that they're dead, that'll be good enough. I mean, if you need to take a piece.
Well, I'm just
that's
thinking if we wanted
fine.
to try and show them that we are.
Probably.
What about this?
Yeah,
And I pick up
actually-
one of the orcs' great axe.
it's pretty
Well, you
good.
could have gotten that great
Um,
axe
We should
Can we use this as
probably
proof that we did delve
send a
into it?
message to the Thundertalons as well, letting them know that this orcish people came through their territory and did damage to the bridge that
May have came
provides
through their territory.
them water.
Rico, where else would they have come from?
Oh.
I mean,
I mean,
it has
we-
been 15 years since the last of the skirmishes in the Highlands, so while it is fully possible that this group more recently came from the Highlands, it's also possible that they emerged a decade
Oh,
ago.
so there's like some orcish tribes. They're not all up there. Some orcish tribes are other places.
Well, there's orcs everywhere.
There's, yeah, the orcs are everywhere. They're not nearly as abundant outside of the Highlands still,
Okay.
though some were displaced and have made residence in whatever bits they can find. Mostly the Dockshire forest around the Highlands is fairly populated with them, and people believe there's small tribes of them throughout the entire forest dotted around, and as you've also discovered, you can find them just along the road as well if they picked a certain area to call
Stealing
theirs.
bridges.
The leader of them seemed to be very angry when I brought up the Highlands, which tells me that they were probably displaced from there a long time ago.
I think they were displaced
Makes
to
sense.
there.
Well,
I mean, they probably had all of this land, or so they thought. Other people came and settled, and now we really only let them shove off into the Highlands.
As they're having this conversation, grab the orc bodies, drag them to the side of the road, lay it down. All three of them. The two that weren't the leader, I put their axes back and keep the other one. While they're talking, just leaning it up against the great axe.
I mean, the Highlands were primarily where the orcs took residence for a long time, up until a couple of decades ago. I mean,
Out of curiosity, history. So, like, were the orcs from the Highlands, or did they live everywhere?
They're from
I mean,
the Highlands
Highlands.
originally.
they
Oh,
were
okay.
displaced
They've
from the
always
Highlands
called
when
essentially the entire what would be northwest corner of Keybric, the Highlands, and the bit where Basin Vale and Hill's Edge are now,
Okay.
those were all orc territory hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
And now it's essentially small, maybe if you're being generous, a quarter of the Highlands are still where orcs are permitted by those in charge to be.
Yeah.
and they've been like pushed back into further into them, right? Probably.
Yes.
Okay.
And other ones have fled those regions to make some peaceful and some less so tribes dotting the rest of Keybric since.
Okay.
I mean, there's 100 possibilities here. They could be from anywhere where they got displaced to. They could have come through the Hill's Edge. I mean, for all we know, they were taking residence up near Hill's Edge, and the Thundertalons came in and said, "Oh, orcs," and attacked them and moved them out of whatever place they had been located in.
So
Well,
We did
considering
offer
there was
to
a
work with them
giant
peacefully, though.
that wanted to eat everything, I think that's
Maybe they came from the woods and just came upriver.
Yeah.
it's
That's
also
also
options.
possible.
So we should probably head back, though.
I'm still taking this.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to try to burn them? Is there brush or something around here?
Not so much in this area. You could find perhaps enough bit of bush if you spent some time looking around, but you've entered into a pretty wide open area
Yeah.
except for the very sparse dotting of trees.
No,
Right.
it's probably better we get back.
Okay.
Well, they're laying with their weapons now,
I suppose that is consolation.
except for that guy.
He was
Is there
saying-
anything about orc great axes that would tell me that would be they would be able to tell that it was an orc's great axe? Or...
I mean, if anyone had ever, if it was someone who had ever dealt with orc weaponry before, they'd be able to certainly point it out, but for the most part, great axes kind of just all look alike. It's just the quality of the make.
Just want to make sure.
Did we take the ugly fat man's head?
I feel like it couldn't hurt to have some
It's quite a
proof.
large head.
I believe I have a sack.
A sack
It's
big
going to
enough
be a
for that
very
guy's
large
head.
sack.
I don't want to have to carry that.
I don't know, it just says sack. I don't
It's
The head is probably
know
about
a sack.
somewhere between 2.5 and 3 feet in diameter.
it's not
Alright.
going to fit in a sack.
No? I thought like a sack was like
I-
there's a bag, so you can get a bag or you can get a sack. It's
Yeah,
like a sack
I
is
don't
like
imagine a sack is like a flour sack that you're thinking of. I don't think it'd
Uh-huh.
open up that much. A sack would probably be
oh.
like that big.
I assumed it was like because they have bags that are smaller. And I assumed sack meant like a big thing.
What if we
I don't know.
wrapped a...
That's why I bought it.
Does the equipment list for a sack not give dimensions?
I don't think
I
so.
really don't think we need a trophy. We just need to go back and let them know what's going on so that Naragu can come up here and finish.
Where it currently lays, no one can possibly pass the bridge without seeing it.
I mean that's fair. Just put like a there we go. I'll just write on one of my parchments courtesy of the notable nobodies. Just like
Friendly neighborhood nobodies.
That's...
there you
People
go.
Just like, okay,
Stab it into like
a bunch of nobodies, and then they arrive in Ginhat. They're like,
the notable nobodies of Ginhat, and then I will like just leave it on the guy.
okay.
Now I'm curious about the
That's better
sack
than what I was
though.
going to do, which was just carve it into him.
Yes.
Is it okay for elves to mutilate the dead? You're really into like taking this guy's head off and carving stuff into it.
No,
It doesn't
it's just...
give
It's not
dimensions.
unnatural
It just
for
say it weighs half a pound.
adventurers to bring
So it's gotta be a pretty hefty.
proof of what
Okay.
they've done back to...
I'd say with that,
That is a great axe.
Uh-huh.
you could
Curious.
probably fit
If you saw that in
the
Ginhat,
head
would
in
you
it.
know that...
Though what
It was from
would
an
be able to
orc.
fit a whole lot more and it'd be
No,
kind
that's
of a
why I would
thick,
wait to hear the story.
awkward carry still, but in a sack.
If some
Just
random dude
curious,
just
that
came
way I
in
know how
town holding a
big
great
the sack
axe
is.
and he
Sure.
said,
I'd say
I
it
slew
could
great
fit
orc
anything
captain for this.
3 feet.
Would you believe him?
And
Just
any
outright?
no more than
Outright?
3
No, I'd
feet
have to
in
hear
any
his story
dimension.
Okay.
Tell me how you slew this great orc chieftain. Captain, whatever you said, I wasn't listening. Anyway, we ready to go?
Yeah. Let's
I
keep
would
going.
like to reiterate again that like we're not going to tell a grand tale. We're just going to bring Naragu up here so he can fix
Oh, I
the
know.
bridge. Once he sees
That's-
that, that's all that Ginhat will need. Like nobody's gonna be giving us, floral arrangement for.
I'm aware, it's just...
We do actually need those Continental Watch people to know that we've done things like
Yes,
this,
that's how we get
so that we
paid.
get paid.
And it can't hurt our reputation with the town either if they see it with their own eyes and they don't just have the word of one person.
Well, if that one person is the guy who fixes the bridge and
I will
warned us
hand
of
you
the...
my sack. If you wish to carry his head back, congratulations. I have stabbed a no inch.
You could take smaller bits of him as well. Like his hand's not as big as his head. His foot's not as big as his head.
It's not as impressive as his head, though.
If the guy who came down and told us that orcs were taking over the bridge, and we bring him back up here to show that the orcs were taken care of, and so he can fix the bridge, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty important guy. So, I'm pretty sure the Continental Watch will listen to what he has to say.
If you want, the
Especially
head,
if this
you're
bridge
set.
like gives all the clean water to everywhere south.
Alright.
Yes, this would be a bit of a perhaps eye-opener for you all is your assignment to the very nowhere village of Ginhat does grant you potentially one area where you may be able to gain importance.
All right.
I'm
We'll
like holding out
we'll
the
leave it
sack.
here.
No, sir.
Get your sack out of my face.
I do not move the sack.
Sacco.
The sack a little closer. Not in his face. Like, not touching him. I'm not touching him.
I put on my gloves.
Very lively for someone who was crushed by cheeks.
I go over to, if I can get it
Sack
from
gets
the
closer.
flab giant, I go up to his head. I take my dagger out. I cut off its ear. And I hand it to Rowan. And I say,
Give me a strength check. It is a pretty meaty ear.
15.
Oh, yeah, there's a few moments where just the sinew of it catch, but you tear through it and eventually rip the large ear, which is about the size of your hand, off of it.
I go and I say, here, this is a trophy. It'll prove whatever we need to prove.
I roll my sack back up, put it in my
go
backpack.
home.
Very large, flabby ear, mutilated. Though you think that was likely before she cut it off.
Excellent.
Alright, let's go.
Thank you, Kesta.
I clean my gloves and put them away.
And then you all head back down the road towards Ginhat. As you continue to press on, nothing comes to interrupt you for the rest of the day. You push on and on down the road. Eventually the last of the day fades, night coming. You know, before evening the next day you should be arriving.
I can give you dark vision.
Okay. I'm gonna cook us food.
Yeah.
Not a nat 20. It's an 8.
He's very sore.
As you just have a hard time with it, you can feel like you want to do well at this, but at the same time it almost physically hurts to try and put that much into this as you had the night before. And you all can sense that as you eat it.
It's been a long day.
Oh.
Kesta doesn't really
I'll be
even
honest,
care.
I probably don't even taste the food. I just
That is true.
dark vision.
It
Stuff.
tastes good to be alive.
I go like climb into my tent.
How much else do you have?
Am I taking
very
first
great.
watch?
I don't know. Someone
if you-
can wake me up
It's
later.
up to you if you want.
I can see, so I can.
You can see for
8 hours.
Yeah, well, I can take second watch. It's fine.
Just let her sleep through the night.
Yes, I'll take that.
I figure someone will wake me up if I need to do a watch.
Katya, can I get a piece of parchment?
watches?
I like
I
gesture at my
essentially,
bag.
like,
Sure.
time them generally out at about 3 or so hours.
So I'll be awake before then, anyways.
You take a piece of parchment.
Yeah, I take a piece of parchment from Katya, and I spend a couple of hours before, since they're giving me the night. Before I go to bed, I take a couple of hours, and I'm just kind of sitting off a little bit to the side, not really saying much, just kind of like scribbling notes into the piece of parchment.
Okay. Who was taking first watch then?
Rico.
And Reynold.
I got a 21.
5.
That's pretty good.
double twos.
There's those rolls we know and love.
Yeah.
As you keep watch, the pure darkness of the night fully enveloping as appears to be a more overcast night than the previous night's journey up to this point, leaving with just what's granted by the fire. You watch. Eventually, after about an hour, a little over, you hear the clear sound of soft footsteps somewhere to your right, just out of your sight. The light not enough to grant you any vision to where it's coming from. Does doesn't seem to be coming closer. Or at
So it's
least
just
not
out of my dark
quickly.
vision range.
Yep.
I will keep an eye on over there, but not wake these guys up yet.
As you continue to watch, you just see the smallest bit barely entering into the edge of your dark vision of a fairly medium-sized bipedal humanoid of sorts. It seems they don't seem to be walking directly towards you, just kind of haphazardly entering into that slight bit of vision as they continue very quietly.
Do I get enough
by.
of a sight to see what it is?
No, you're getting mostly silhouette still at the edge of your vision.
How long into?
About an hour.
About an hour. So should I roll a perception to see if I have any way of making it more clear? Because I'm still awake.
That's true. Yeah, give me a perception as well.
That's only one, so I probably don't pay much mind to.
You're busy with your notes.
Watch it for a few seconds. Doesn't seem to be coming any closer.
Not directly towards you. Maybe it gets slightly larger, coming into more detail, though still just silhouette, but then it fades back out a bit, still keeping a direction back towards the river or bridge.
Hey, what are you doing over there?
You say that?
Mhm.
As you say that, you hear the clear sound of the motion stopping and the grassy plains to the side, and you watch the silhouette look forward and run away.
No, wait, you can come, wait, come back.
You chase after?
Kesta, there's something out here.
What's going on?
Are we waking up? Did we hear that?
Yeah, you'd hear him shouting.
There's
Oh, what?
there was somebody just
As you
outside my vision, and they
run
were
a few feet away.
Which
Can I
direction
do
did they
cat
go?
things? And
that way.
Oh yeah,
Chase after.
just run after the thing that he points at.
You run.
80 times 3 is a big number.
You just run off into the darkness.
Whatever he
40?
said, something went that way, so I was gonna go try to track it, chase it.
Are you tracking it or chasing it?
If I can see it,
I mean,
After
tracking
I-
it's at half speed.
if I run right where if I run immediately the direction that he pointed, can I see a thing move running away?
No. You don't. You get to that point, you don't see any humanoids running away. You don't see anything looking around.
Okay, so what do I gotta roll to track it?
It'd be an investigation to find tracks, and then a survival to track.
I'm not good at either of those things, but I will try. No,
She can't
I don't
find
see
tracks.
anything. Rico, can you find something?
Me.
I don't see
You
anything.
go up to the point too.
Yeah.
And, all right, you can roll an investigation.
Okay. Yeah, 7.
You look around. Hard to really tell what's just a divot in the ground and what's a print.
I mean, it ran out of my vision, so I don't know if it continued this way.
I don't know.
I can't see
I'm
any
just gonna
tracks
shout
anymore.
out to the general. We're really quite friendly.
I'll go
You
back
can
to
join our
camp,
fire.
finish out my watch.
I go curl up next to the fire.
I just kind of put my stuff down. I haven't gone and chased it or anything. I'm just kind of. Is it? What was it doing?
It's kind of dancing just outside my
It was
line of sight.
dancing.
Like, in and out, like,
Go back to sleep.
not actually dancing, but
Okay.
like I could just barely see it. It's kind of in and out of my vision. I couldn't quite tell what it was. It said, oh, when I called out, though, right?
There's definitely an audible note, not a real actual word, but a definite audible reaction.
I surprised it when I called out to it.
Odd.
I mean, if it wasn't coming towards us and it seemed scared, it's probably just.
I mean, I watched it for like a minute or so.
Before you said anything, you probably watched it for maybe 30 seconds as it made
I watched
its
it.
way by.
A few seconds, half a minute. It just kind of wandered in and out of my vision. It didn't really do anything, but it's kind of weird that it was.
I'm going to set up. I'm going to cast alarm around my tent in a 20-foot.
That way, set around all of our tents or just your tent?
That you were curling up on fire.
Well, I have a tent too. I just curl up by the fire in case I had to jump
Is
up
your
again.
tent near my tent?
I assume all of our tents are kind of in a space together.
Well, then yes.
Stack on top of each other.
That's what I was asking
Poles.
if you like set your tent up away from everybody else. Because you did
No, he's
that.
not mad and sulking anymore.
That's why I said he did that at least once. So.
Only maybe yours.
Okay, that's fair.
Directly on the other side of the fire.
Alright, so yeah,
So
I'll curl up.
you guys go ahead, go back to sleep. I'll continue my watch.
I'll leave my like tent flap open. And I sleep with my bag like under.
Yeah, whoever they were, I mean, we're in no position to chase them down in this darkness. I say we just wait and keep an eye out.
Rain, keep doing what you're doing.
I'm still going to stay awake for at least another 40 minutes or so, probably at this point.
Alright. You continue to take the note.
Take another piece of parchment and continue my scribbling at some point during it.
Do you need another piece of parchment?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
For the rest of your watch, goes without interruption.
Okay.
Whatever it was, seemingly
Who was
never returned.
Yeah, I don't know if it was decided. They just said that I get to sleep through the night, so after an hour and a half.
By
hour
the
and
time
40
your
minutes.
watch ends, she would be asleep.
Ron,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Okay.
I go to sleep. I didn't see anything else.
Alright.
Whatever it was didn't come back. Or at least I didn't see it come back. And I go to sleep.
I thought Kester was taking the second watch.
I thought you were taking the second watch. I can't remember. I asked who it was. I don't know who it was. You're just taking it now, so haha. And I go to sleep.
It's yours now.
Okay.
He's fucking with you.
14 for me.
Okay.
And 21 for Bird.
Alright. As
He
you
feels bad.
sit through the dark and quiet night, using the campfire that still faintly glows to give your dark vision something to work off of, you watch and listen. But other than the random sound of whatever wildlife may be in the general area, nothing ever happens.
Were you third?
I went to
You're-
bed
we were
and
giving
said,
you-
With a 21, your owl would have seen the occasional rabbit or something like that running around the area.
I just went to bed and said, someone wake me up if I need to take a watch.
Oh.
And then I curled up because I heard.
I may have heard let her sleep.
It's
and-
just
See,
assumed
that's
it
what
was
I thought.
See, I thought it was
Yeah,
like her
I
saying-
thought they were
let her
talking about
sleep,
me
and then I
too.
thought you
to
were
be
taking
fair,
second.
I've had a hard couple of battles.
doing nothing or not taking no damage.
I've
Oh,
taken no damage.
I almost said doing nothing, but you've done stuff. It's taking no damage.
Yeah. I'm asleep.
Well, she stayed up extra. Are you gonna get a full rest if we wake you up?
No.
No, I mean, I only stayed up like an hour and 40 minutes. I mean, all we would have to do is just sleep until like 7:30 in the
Unacceptable.
morning.
Just wake
I
me
go
up.
wake the cat up.
Yeah.
Go wake the cat up.
Okay. I'm up.
Did see
Okay.
anything else?
Okay. I'm gonna make sure the fire.
Another Kesta sleeping thing to add to the pile.
I'm gonna let the fire die, and I'm gonna curl up next to it so that I look like I'm sleeping, but I'm not sleeping. To be fair. I'm just curious to see if I can get something to come.
Roll, are you trying to watch or more so listen?
Maybe more so listen than anything else
Roll
because
deception check.
it is an 18.
As you focus on listening to the surroundings about you, you hear the occasional approach of something, though the sounds accompanying it always point you in the direction of assuming it's some means of small wildlife. Nothing ever comes within vision, however. Nothing out of the ordinary too much so that happens. Eventually watching. Sun starting to rise.
Pack up my tent.
If you come out of your trance.
So I was out of my trance like an hour into her watch.
I want to go investigate in the light where that I saw that thing last night.
Oh, roll another investigation.
It's an out one. It's too, like,
It's cocked, but
not quite. Like, I'm pretty sure
And
D4 will sit on
As
it.
you go and try and look around again, you start scratching your head, and just, the light does not help any of these look like prints compared to just random holes and odd shifts.
Rico, what are you looking for?
Just checking to see if maybe in the light I could see better. See footprints or something. I don't know. I don't see anything here, though.
Well, I am curious.
There's definitely something last night. It called out.
Is this investigation?
Yes.
19.
As you join next to Rico, looking around, it takes you a few moments as there's by no means a clear, definite print of a boot or anything of that nature. But you are able to start to make out the form of what could be a very flat-soled boot or shoe of some format, but it seems to be mixed in with a few just natural, strange divots in the ground, so you're not 100% certain, but you do think there was a boot here, and if what he says is correct, it points heading off in the direction away from where the camp had been.
so like up towards the bridge again.
No, this would have been almost directly away from...
Oh, from away from the road.
Yes. So possibly after it was shouted at.
I think I see a footprint here, but it seems to just be going away.
As you look around more, glancing forward, you start to make out about a half print, just another foot or so away, seeming to lead that it did in fact go in that direction.
Right, it definitely went this way. Whatever it was, it's very light on its feet.
Do we want to check it out?
Don't
Maybe
think-
Rico can track it.
I mean, I can try.
I mean,
Been okay.
It's
at
really
that.
hard to see the footprints, though.
I mean, they've been pointed out to you. Once he shows you them, you're like, okay, I can see that, I can see that. So you could try and track them based on his description and pointing them out.
the question is, do we really think...
I was just thinking if it's those goblins, if there's like a community of tiny goblin people around here, we could warn them about the owlbear.
I think they probably...
You
know
would,
about the
with
other-
your noticing the print, it is not a goblin print.
It
Oh, I
is
thought it was
not
a
a
boot
goblin.
print.
It is too large of a boot print to be a goblin.
Oh. So a gnome or a halfling maybe? Are they the same size
Maybe we
as
can
goblins?
go see.
They're barely larger,
Okay.
not
Well
noticeably.
then, I don't know.
It would have to be a medium-sized creature, but
Oh,
that he
okay.
would have seen that it was a medium-sized
Okay.
figure.
So, do we want to at least
Okay.
follow it for a little bit, and then
If that's what you want to do,
I'm just curious as to what it was and what it,
Why is it
What it
creeping
was
around
doing.
our campfire? That's what I want to know. What was it expecting? And why did it run away as soon as it was seen?
well, probably because it was seen.
So what was it intending to do then? Did it want to be seen?
5.
Use your imagination, any number of
You
things.
take a few
That's what
steps
concerns
following
me.
the two tracks that were pointed out to you, and then lose them.
Wait.
I told you they were hard to see.
Alright, wait here for like 6 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Or maybe like 30 seconds. Just gonna run 240 feet in the direction
6 seconds go by. I'm like, why does she want me to wait?
that the tracks go.
She thinks that she's going to find something if she runs
Just
really
real quick.
fast.
Run off.
Then
The
look
rest of
around.
you standing there watch her just rush away into the distance, still being able to keep an eye on her as she grows smaller.
Alright, now's our chance.
Run!
As you put a large bit of distance between you and the group, give me a perception check.
It is a 21.
As you come to a stop momentarily to look around, you don't see any more tracks with a quick glance around, not able to discern one from the other. But as you do look around, further off in the distance, slightly more towards the bridge, but still mostly in the direction of the river from where you currently are, there's a large grouping of plant life that you see sprouting up. That while nothing supernatural or out of the ordinary about it strikes you, you realize that it's unlike anything that you've been passing by or any of the forest trees or anything of that nature. There's something foreign.
I will stand there for 6 seconds staring at it and thinking about it, and then I'll run back.
And then she just roadrunners back to you, just
Well,
So, and I point in the direction of the thing, there's a grouping of very, I don't know, the plants growing. They just don't match anything around there.
I
It's
start walking
quite-
in that direction.
I walk with him as I talk now.
right, I guess.
Describe
I do it
them more.
Are we sure this isn't just like nighttime paranoia?
There certainly
I say
are
as I
weird.
follow on behind.
There are weird plants.
I
over
saw something. He found the footprints. There's definitely something there.
there. There are some very strange looking plants over there, at
I
least. Big
believe
grouping.
there's something there. It's just I don't know. Like, maybe it's
are you
just a
bothering to
person.
look for tracks as you go along? or-
Sure.
I'm not. I'm walking towards the weird plants.
What is this?
Investigation to find again.
Fork. 12.
As you continue along, you realize that it may not just be Rico. You can't find any more from the second print either. You see some prints that are small animal prints, but nothing humanoid.
I'm not seeing anything else.
Well,
So you continue just walking off away from the road towards the random plant groupings that you
Yeah.
saw far off in the distance.
weird plants over here.
Then as you head off to investigate these strange plants that are arising in the open plains, that's what we'll end tonight.
All right.
We didn't die.
It was really close. And I
Actually,
got-
instead of being like that, it's like this.
Thank you for joining us this week. Another great episode. Did not expect things to go almost that badly. Did not expect those inspirations to be that huge. That
Thank Bo for small miracles.
yes,
Yes.
I second that
Rico's-
all the time.
cooking for the win.
But as always, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Kingdom Geekdom, for hosting. And join us next week when we'll be back here once again, 7 p.m. More fun with the misadventures of notable nobodies. Thank you.
Good night.